The story of England's World Cup win in 1966 is the stuff of legend. Pickles and a lost trophy, World Cup Willie, they think it's all over. They couldn't have done it without the skills and goals of Sir Geoff Hurst. But his World Cup journey wasn't always plain sailing. But for a freak injury in the group stages in 1966, we may have never been speaking about Sir Geoff Hurst in the same way. He got the call after Jimmy Greaves had his leg sliced open against France in the final group match. Hurst got off to a flying start in the knockouts, literally, scoring the winner against Argentina 12 minutes from time in the quarter-final. He didn't score in the semis against Portugal, but his influence on the game was massive. When Greavesy was past fit for the final, though, the public and the press wanted their main man back in. Sir Alf Ramsey stuck with Hurst, and the rest, well, you know. His heroics prompted parties on the streets. Once the celebrations had died down, England started preparing to defend the trophy. And just look at their record between 66 and 70. Only 4 losses in 36 games. But when 70 came around, fate played a mean trick on Hurst. In the quarter-final against the Germans, Hurst scored a legitimate goal in extra time that was disallowed, and England lost. Basically the exact opposite of the 1966 World Cup final. With that, Sir Geoff's pretty short World Cup career came to an end. When you look at his stats, they aren't massively impressive. But when you consider 3 of his 5 goals came on that glorious afternoon at Wembley, it's not a bad trade-off. What you might not know about Sir Geoff, though, is that after retiring, he didn't stay in football. I mean, he tried, oh yes, but he packed in management after 2 years and later worked in insurance because he couldn't afford his mortgage. I mean, can you imagine Harry Kane in insurance nowadays? Yes, Sir Geoff may have only played in 2 World Cups, but crucially, he helped bring one of them home. Jules Rimet, still gleaming.
Hello, good evening. You are listening to World Cup Game Day live on talkSPORT with me, and Goldstein Darren. We're here in Miami at the Sirius XM studios. And by jingo, we've got a huge show for you tonight as we build up to the big one. British rapper AJ Tracey will be joining us. We'll speak to Ollie Mers and Mark Wright ahead of the game. And Benty would tell us how England can stop Haaland, because we have a huge game for you tonight. It's live on talkSPORT as England take on Norway.
Harry, your country needs you here. You've got to put this away. Right foot in the air. Oh, bring on the Norwegians in Miami.
That's really a big one. It's an extraordinary night. I think we overcame the grind, and now comes quarter-final. Now you see the end of the tunnel.
I think when I was playing for England, we got to quarter-final. Our game before that was Denmark, and it was a real boring, dour game. Faced Brazil on a little bit of a down, if you like. But them lads with the euphoria around that Mexico game, I think they galvanised really well together.
I think these are the most, obviously, the difficult games now. I don't think Norway is a pushover.
We'll go in as favourites. The best teams in this tournament at the moment have got a top striker in them, and Haaland certainly that for them.
Back to Erling Haaland, left-footed shot! He's picked up the corner! Erling Haaland, you beauty!
I think everyone should stay humble, but yeah, they should be confident of progressing, definitely.
We basically feel we got everything to win, you know. I think the main pressure is on England, so...
Bellingham again, and he slipped into his right-hand side, and he scored again! It's 2 in a minute!
From the quarter-final, every team can win it. We're in the last 8. It's full steam ahead now.
So, we're all getting very excited. England have got the chance to reach the World Cup semi-finals tonight if they get past Erling Haaland's Norway. DB alongside me, our last show in Miami before we head back to New York. But will we be in New York for a day, or another week. It's such a big day. How are you, DB?
Yeah, I'm good. Looking forward to the game. Optimistic. I think England will win and probably should win, but unfortunately, games of football are not played on pieces of paper. You can look at the names and think England in terms of 1 to 11 or even 1 to 15, 16 are better. But sometimes it's about who handles the occasion better. And if you're Norway, and I understand this, you've got nothing to lose. No one expects you to beat England. But I think with that juggernaut they've got at the top end of the pitch, he can decide so many outcomes in so many different ways. So it makes for a fascinating game because I've said it before. I know we'll talk about it in more depth. This is the first time England are coming up against a team that have got one of the best players on the planet. Like in terms of a centre-forward who, again, another golden boot in the Premier League. He's already scored in pretty much every game this tournament. I mean, he has been phenomenal. So now all of a sudden, you can't take any liberties. You can't leave any space because you give him half a chance in the box, goal.
I should point out, we are going to the game straight after this, you and I and the rest of the talkSPORT gang. Now, I'm dressed for it, right? All week we've been here, whatever day it is, Wednesday, Thursday. And I've had the sort of Miami top on. You've ditched it today. You've just gone back to traditional clothing.
Yeah, I forgot to go to the shop. It was all a bit of a blur. Played paddle this morning.
Did you?
Yeah, played paddle this morning.
Okay. Who are you up against?
A guy called Pacho. Good guy. He's looked after me since I got to Miami.
Oh, nice.
Do you know what? Again, I don't want to put his business out in the street, but he gave me a lift back to the hotel, which is very kind of him. Just this convertible old school Mustang, Ford Mustang from the 60s. It is beautiful. Like convertible.
You don't know this fella other than...
No, but someone hooked me up, said, message him, he'll look after you when you get to Miami. Nice. So I did that. Andy, the car. Like, you know when you film Miami, like the convertible roof that goes back.
Yeah.
Like, it had all the old school features as well. What a car. Dropped me back in. But yeah, he looked after us. We played with him this morning. He was telling me about how...
Hold on. Did you win?
No, we got beat. Me and Jimmy Floyd got beat. See what?
Jimmy Floyd?
Yeah, he was on my team.
You two got beat, okay.
He got beat. But he was telling me about how difficult it's going to be to get to this game and get out of this stadium.
Well, we think we've got an in. We think we can find a route to a school. Obviously, it's closed at the weekend, so there'll be no school traffic.
Yeah.
But if we get to this school, then we've got a 20-minute walk. I think we'll be okay. We've got 2 hours between when we come off air and the game starting, so we should be okay.
I also played with a guy that owns a boat.
Can he take us to the
He showed me a picture of his boat, Andy. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, but I could show you a picture of my boat. How do you know he's got it?
4-bedroom. No, because even Patrick went, you should see his boat.
4-bedroom boat?
4-bedroom boat, exactly. Exactly.
Wow. You're mixing with the right people.
4-bedroom boat.
How was your evening last night?
Yeah, it was nice. Obviously, shout out DJ173. He's over here. Ozzy Foster, that is. So, yeah, we went me and him to STK, which was really, really nice. Caught up with him. And it was cool, yeah, good to hang with him. I mean, as I said, me and him grew up together. Spent a bit of time in New York with him, saw his family, his kids. But obviously going from a situation we're growing up where I'm seeing him pretty much all the time to now, because he's moved to the States, I'm in England, barely seeing him like once a year. Yeah, it's been nice.
Oh, that's nice. We went to this. I haven't told you this. We went to a Michelin-starred restaurant last night because we love Brad Friedel, right? No, you don't know the story, right? I might get in trouble, but I'm going to tell you, you're part of the family. He told us where to go. He said, I've sorted it all out, right? You got the chef's table. So we're like, okay, right.
So you're thinking Deanie type situation.
What do you mean, Dean? Yeah,
yes.
like Troy Dean, he's taken care of,
yeah.
right? So, and that was the vibe. That was like, we're all looked after, right? So we go to this Michelin-star restaurant. If you don't know what Michelin-star means, basically it means it's very expensive.
Yeah.
And we went there, and the chef comes out.
Yeah.
Hello, oh yeah, we're expecting you, Brad Friedel. Yeah, no problem. I'm just getting your table ready. You got the best table in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. We'll be looked after.
You're thinking, right, here we go. Main.
What?
Main table. You're thinking, here we go.
So we go in restaurants, like something out of a movie set.
Yeah.
Big bar in the middle. Everyone looks beautiful. Like everyone's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Even the ugly people are 9.5. It's just amazing. And we get to this table, man. On the left-hand side of the bar, we're looking out to the whole restaurant. The maitre d' comes over and he's like, "Right, what do you want?" And I went, "Listen, we don't know what we should order. Can you look after it?" "No problem at all. I'll look after you for the whole night. I've been told to look after you." I'm thinking, okay, this is like Goodfellas.
You're liking where this is going.
This is like Goodfellas. Looking after you means you're okay. Yeah. Don't put your hand in your wallet, right? So we went to town. We'll have that. We'll have that. What wine list? You order the wine list. Okay. So we're thinking, it's on the house. We're in.
Yeah.
Right? Brad Friedel was looked after us. Okay, we're done. Thanks a lot. I'll just get the bill. So you just get the what? I just get the bill comes up.
Big old lump.
Yeah. I mean, talkSPORT expenses. I don't care. But what do you make of that?
Big old lump.
Yeah, I thought if Brad Friedel was looking after us.
If I'm sending I'm sending you somewhere, recommendation, I'm going, listen, don't worry. If I use the words, it's taken care of.
You looked after.
Listen, don't worry about it. Just go there and enjoy yourselves. I'll sort out with them.
Yeah, we went there. We enjoyed ourselves until the bill came up.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you went full.
Yeah, we went
full artillery.
Full.
Man went full artillery.
Which one would you like?
Yeah.
Both of them. I'll have both of them.
Full artillery, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a bit. It's not naughty from Brad, but what are you laughing at? Full artillery. Full shebang, and then.
Yeah. And what's this? What's this bit of paper you're bringing out with numbers on it? What's all that about? Before we move on with the show, I just want to talk about the weather ever so briefly.
Like last night. Oh my goodness.
What happened last night? Oh, the rain. Yeah, the rain last night.
And the lightning.
I didn't see that. Okay.
Walking back to the hotel, bang, got all over again.
I can imagine what you're like. You must have been petrified. But everyone back home is texting me going, oh, there's a chance the game might be postponed and the weather looks terrible. Let me tell you now, we're in Miami, right? I walked from the hotel to here. It's very cloudy. It's about 31 degrees. There's a lovely breeze in the air. It's not too hot at all, right? I've looked at the weather map here in Miami. I've looked at other people's weather maps in Miami. There are no storms coming. It's not going to be too hot. The game will take place bang on time. There will be no postponements today. No. Whatever anyone else is saying, forget what you've heard. Listen to this. Remember this. The game will take place bang on air. Yeah. Bang on time.
Let's hope, yeah.
Yeah.
On with the show. Nave just jinxed it.
Yeah, it's going to snow, isn't it? Right, on with the show. We're going to concentrate on England. talkSPORT's England correspondent Faker Others spoke with England gaffer Thomas Tuchel ahead of tonight's game.
Thomas, we've not spoken since the Jarrell-Quansah decision to hand a too-much ban. What was your initial reaction to that?
I just accepted it, I have to be honest. We didn't get any explanation. I still think that it is almost impossible to take decision on stills. You have to take the fluidity and the movement and the momentum of the game into account. But it is what it is. Look, we are trained and we are experienced enough to deal with decisions, even if you don't like them, be it in a game, VAR overturn, or be it a small decision from a referee in one decision. You just have to deal with it. You have to deal with a tough decision, not in our favor. It's a tough one because we were hoping for maybe one match, so we miss him 2 matches. Hopefully we can make sure that he's available, and we have 3 more matches. But now it's not the time to add anything to that. It's just what it is, and we need to find a solution.
And what are you expecting from Norway tomorrow?
They have a very attacking front line led by Erling Haaland, of course. They're not shy to play directly into him. They love to play directly into Sørloth, who plays on the wing and wins basically every header in the world. That is. Then they have a very mobile winger on the other side. They have a very experienced and well-drilled midfield 3. Ødegaard changes their attacking structure all the time, very fluidly. So he is basically the player who gives their rhythm and who dictates the rhythm. They can play very straight up front, very directly. They can also dominate the ball and play very calmly, which they did against Brazil. That's basically it. So a full package to analyze, and as you can see, I mean, it is they beat Brazil, and in a very even match. So they're full of confidence. They, of course, ride this wave as an underdog team, already overachieving. Yeah, they will ask some questions, and we will have some answers.
So excited about tonight's game. Let's start with an easy question, DB. Best number 9, Harry Kane or Erling Haaland? Who would you rather have tonight?
Tonight, I would probably say Harry Kane. I think in terms of an all-round centre-forward, I think Harry Kane's better. And by the way, I'm talking about a 10 and a 9.9 in terms of them two. But yeah, I think for tonight's game, just Harry Kane's got more to his game in terms of he can drop short, he can go in behind. I know he's not the quickest, he's a lethal finisher, can see a pass as well. You'd probably say Harry Kane, but I almost look at Erling Haaland as a throwback number 9, like the old school number 9, where he gets in the box, he times his movement in and around the box is better than Kane's. Yeah.
What worries me about Erling Haaland is we were lucky enough to go and see Norway-Brazil, and I kept saying to you throughout the whole first, Haaland's doing nothing. He's doing didn't even get the ball, and you're like, just wait. Second half, 2 chances. Yeah, that's what worries me tonight. If he's quiet for 70 minutes, doesn't matter. And
this is the problem we've got, and Rio spoke about it yesterday, and he's 100% spot on, is that, again, I'm not comparing myself to Erling Haaland, but the way that he played, I wasn't interested in the build-up play. I wasn't very good at it, so you play to your strengths, right? Haaland can do it, but it's almost like he's not interested, and that's a problem for defenders, because unless you're switched on and knowing exactly where he is, the moment it's transition and Norway get the ball, That's where he's devastating.
But what I found amazing when I saw him in real life is he plays on the shoulder, but very rarely is the ball over the top to him.
Sometimes he doesn't even look for it.
No.
But you know full well if he does, he's quick enough to get in there. And that's where England are going to have to be so kind of vigilant in terms of where he is in possession. When England have got the ball, you have to be so aware where he is, even when you've got the ball.
Let me ask you this question, right? Because obviously you think England are going to win. I think we're going to win. But it's going to be tough, right?
Yeah,
obviously, last day of the World Cup. If he doesn't score tonight, do we 100% win the game?
Yes.
So we stop him, we win.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
It is as simple as that. Because he is one of those players that if his team scored 10 goals this tournament, you know he's got 9 of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, okay. You think we're going to win?
Yeah.
I think we're going to win. What do you think? You can have your say by sending us a WhatsApp voice note, or you can call us. How about that? Even though we can take calls today. Look at his face. Look how excited he is.
Technology working today now.
Apparently it's working. Apparently it's working. Someone's plugged something in. 03717223344. If you dial that number, you can speak to me and Benty in Miami ahead of the game.
I like that. Me, Benty, Miami. Oh, did you do that on purpose?
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
The rhyming.
Oh, fine. I did that. Yeah.
Benty, Miami.
Yeah, like my opponent. I didn't even realise. 03717223344. Get your calls in now, and we'll hear from you next.
We all expected, okay, we need to beat Croatia by 3 goals, we need to go and beat Ghana by 3, and then we should beat Panama by 5, we should beat Congo by 5. What's it like in a tournament? It's not always the case, is it?
No, definitely not. You know, it's funny when I see, the betting, things, before the game, and I'm thinking this is not what we expect, on the pitch. I know that England are favorite against Norway, but when you look at Norway, they look really, really strong, as a unit, as a team. Of course, they have weakness, but England must be aware that if they don't get the position of the ball in this game, and this is where I agree with Troy Deeney, for example. I think with the player they have, England, they should be more confident with the ball. They should show more commitment with the ball, and composure as well. And this is where, something is missing.
Yeah. Well, we shall see if we can show that. I mean, if you look, on paper.
I'm just sorry to disturb you, Jeff, but for this game, England against Norway, I'm just wondering if Norway get the ball, is it what England wants into this game? Waiting, sit back, trying to play in counter-attack, or try to get the ball, the position of the ball, and try to conduct and manage, this game. So this is for me one of the key of this game. Yeah. Are you going to react with the ball and without the ball?
I mean, it's interesting because Norway had a lot more possession of the ball against Brazil than most people had imagined they would do.
Although the tactics from Ancelotti, though, did he say leave them with it? Yeah. I don't think we should do that. I think we should go after them. I really do.
Yeah, pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Text from Ryan. He said, Bellingham's been very good, but I think Arsenal's Morgan Rogers should get a chance in the next game. Ryan, dream on.
130 million, please.
Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes is going there.
Cash.
I just don't see Rogers going there as well.
a new song. I've not heard this one before. Welcome back. You're listening to World Cup Game Day live on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein. The legend alongside me goes by the name of Darren Bent, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app. Right. We are coming live from Miami, hence my very, very loud top on I've got today. Still to come, we'll be joined by British rap our mate, big Spurs fan as well, AJ Tracy. Back in the UK, there's loads of live sport happening. It's the ladies' singles final, Wimbledon. Let's get all the very latest from Lisa O'Sullivan.
And it's been very one-sided so far. Linda Noskova playing her countrywoman Karolina Muchova, who has saved 2 championship points so far, but just brought up a third for Linda Noskova. It just hasn't been going right for Muchova. The ball coming off her racket at all kinds of peculiar angles, and that usually dependable forehand has let her down, the ball going long and into the net, and the centre court crowd here very much getting behind the dying points of this service game as Karolina Muchova looks to stay in this match a little bit longer. The match a lot better than last year, that finished 6-love, 6-love, with Iga Swiatek beating Amanda Anisimova. But it is, again, not entirely the quality of tennis that we've been seeing throughout the championships here at Wimbledon, as Karolina Muchova looks to serve and stay in this. If you'll just stay with me for a fraction longer, we may potentially see a brand new Wimbledon champion being crowned, and it has been such a brilliant competition. It's just such a shame that again we have a ladies final that hasn't gone to 3 sets, as we save another point. We're here for a little bit longer. At the moment it is Karolina Muchova in trouble. Linda Noskova leads 6-2, 5-2.
Darren Bent alongside me, big tennis fan. You're a fan of the Noskova, aren't you?
Yeah, she's a very, very good player.
Yeah,
happy for her, obviously winning the Wimbledon title.
Well, not yet.
Not yet, but she's on the verge, Noskova. So yeah, love the Noskova.
On the verge, right. It's the 5th T20 match between England and India at Southampton. Here's talkSPORT's brilliant Sam Ellard with the latest. Samuel?
England incredible with about their 3rd highest T20 international total, and highest against India, 257 for 3. Butler scoring his 2nd T20 international 100. Harry Brook not out on 95. The 2nd wicket partnership between Butler and Brook worth 233 runs of 102 balls. England's best ever partnership in T20s. In reply, India 45 for 1 inside the 5th over. The wicket to fall was Abhishek Sharma for 3. A short and wide ball from Jofra Archer. Abhishek tentatively just pushing at the ball outside of his off stump, edging through to Butler. Sanju Samson and Ishan Kishan of the crease with lots of work to do for India. 51 for 1 inside the 5th over, chasing 258.
Thank you, Sam. Right, back to the world of football. Let's round up all the very latest World Cup action on talkSPORT, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Daily Tournament Roundup on talkSPORT, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Right, let's have a quick look back at Spain's 2-1 win over Belgium last night, or yesterday afternoon for us. Were you with me watching it? I've lost track of days.
I started watching it, then went to Gators, but obviously I caught up. Moreno again.
Yeah.
We missed him. That's last season, Arsenal missed him as well.
Yeah, I can see that.
For Spain, big goals. I mean, again, scoring that one there, the winner, but his reactions in and around the box, right? I like the centre forward.
You say there he is again scoring the win. I mean, we should talk about. Let me ask you this, actually, right? Because Thibaut Courtois went off, right? And our goalkeeper, Lemons, however you pronounce it. He looked like a lemon. So let me ask you this. So if you've not seen it, there was a shot from outside the area. It came to his chest. He tried to catch it. It slipped off him. And then it came
to Moreno,
and he scored the goal. Here's my question to you, because I've never played at that level. I'm curious. And I was asking our gang yesterday when we were out. Is that because he wasn't warmed up? Would he have done that had he started? Does that make a difference?
No, I mean, maybe slightly, but just genuine mistake. I think he just obviously been put into quite a high-pressure situation.
Yeah.
He probably would have foreseen, unless he would have known that Thibaut Courtois was carrying an injury, that there was a strong possibility that he was going to be getting thrown into the mix.
Yeah.
Usually as a goalkeeper, you think, I ain't going to play. So maybe he's not as warmed up potentially as maybe he should be. But I just think it's a mistake, lack of concentration. He drops it. But again, Moreno, and I've said that before, in and around the box, he reacts like a centre forward.
Pounced on it.
He reads it so well, and it's a really, really good finish. But Spain again are there against France, and that should be a great game.
Do you think that could be a tactic maybe we took, because I think it was 88 minutes the winner came, with a couple of minutes left, just keep pounding the goalkeeper? Just keep pumping the ball at him, hoping that you get a deflection or you get a mistake. Is that a tactic, maybe?
No, potentially just a shot of goal. Because I thought in that moment that when Spain had the shot and the keeper dropped it, I don't think it was a tactic where he's just come on. I mean, do you know what? Saying that, when a goalkeeper has come onto the pitch quite early, the conversation on the sideline and on the pitch is always test him early. Test him early.
There you go.
So potentially, in terms of a tactic before the game, probably not. But as it's happening, evolving, then of course you go straight away, hey, first cross, put it right on top of him, or test him, shoot, test him.
A quick word about Lamine Yamal. Failed to get on the score sheet. Had a couple of great chances. I mean, looked like he had wonderful feet. Certainly the first half. There was a couple of times he dribbled around their centre halves and their left back. It would have been as well to get a shot off. But one went to the right, one went to the left. What have you made of his World Cup?
Yeah, it's been. You know, it's not been as impressive as he was in the Euros. I mean, in the Euros he was frightening.
Yeah.
But he's still been good and he's shown flashes. I know he came into the tournament injured, so maybe that's still a little bit of a factor. But I mean, he's still top drawer and he still can go past people. Can still go either way. I mean, he skipped past Doku like he weren't there, and Doku had to push him in his back and foul him. But yeah, I mean, listen, while he's still there on the pitch, Spain have a chance. Now, I don't think they'll beat France. I just can't see it.
Okay.
But the way they possess the ball, they hold onto the ball, the passes they create, the passing lanes they also create. Of course, they've got an opportunity, but I just think France have got too much strength.
I was going to ask you about, because everyone's saying about when you're looking about England's route to the final, right? We're talking about winning today, beating Argentina, who play after us, of course, tonight. And then it's like, can we beat France? Do you think it's that cut and dry that France will beat Spain?
It's not that cut and dry, but I expect France to win because I just think they've got more firepower than anyone on the planet.
Yeah.
But
let me ask you this then. So if we were talking about Haaland, if you take him out, do you stop them scoring?
Yeah.
Is it the same with France and Mbappe?
No way.
Because they've got firepower all over
That's the problem you've got. Is that you stop Mbappe, Dembele steps up. Dembele don't step up, then you've got Elise. Elise don't step up, then Barcola will have his part. He don't play, Doué plays. They've got so many.
Yeah.
That's the problem you've got. Now, Mbappe is the crown in the jewel. The jewel in the crown, shall I say. But they've got too much. Whereas Haaland and Norway, completely different beast. Really well organised. They obviously workmanlike. But again, they've got a genuine chance, and they'll know that. All they'll be saying in the dressing room is, listen, we know England are going to have loads of the ball, but we've got someone that if we give them an opportunity, he'll take it.
Yeah.
And we haven't had that so far in this tournament.
No, we haven't. You never know, it might be coming. That was a roundup of all the very latest World Cup action on talkSPORT, brought to you by Enterprise Rent a Car. They're here for it.
Daily Tournament Roundup on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Enterprise Rent a Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
You are watching me and Benny. We're live from Miami. Ryan Bryan's just walked into the studio. Do you know what time Ryan Bryan got in this morning?
What time?
Have a guess. Pick your mic up, speak on here.
I'm going to say he got in at 4.
Keep going.
5.
5 o'clock. What do you make of that?
Wow.
What do you make of that? Look, he's got his England shirt on, he's ready to go.
He's living life, man. Fair play to Ryan. Go on, son.
He, of course, works alongside Alex Cook, and they were together with you yesterday at the Everglades.
Yeah.
We're going to play. We've got Crookie join us in just a moment. We're going to play you at the Everglades. I'm led to believe you saw a crocodile and jump, or an alligator, whatever it is, and jumped out your skin.
It's come for a bush.
Yeah, but you jumped out your skin.
Yeah,
right?
jumped because it was coming towards us through a bush.
Yeah, but I don't think you're in any danger.
You go and stand there then. Do you know what I mean? No danger.
Yeah, but you were on a boat, right?
No, this is when we got on the land.
Oh, I didn't know that. They didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
So you were on the land and it was coming out of a boat?
We got out off the boat.
Yeah.
And it was like in the water, and all of a sudden you could see the bushes like as it was like obviously coming through. I was out of there, mate.
We've got that clip, right?
Okay, no.
We've got the camera on you as you decided to get slightly nervous, shall we say. So we're playing that in just a moment. Lots coming up between now and kick-off. We build up to kick-off tonight. Norway v England for a place in the last 4. We're all very excited. Benty, scared, witless right after this.
Are France that good, or have they been tested yet?
I think probably a little bit of both. I think they are that good. I think they are, because they showed second half what they can do in tight spaces now. But I think there needs to be a moment where they will inevitably come up, probably against Spain, hopefully against England, where with their teams, more danger lies ahead. But they kind of, I think it was quite simple for France.
Mate, they're coasting to the semi-final of the World Cup.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're a good side, though. They're a good side. They've got the best player in the world.
Do you know what I like about France? And it's a bit of a throwback. The forwards, when they get the ball, you know, you see a lot of players, number 10s or midfielders, they'll get it and they'll pass it out wide and they'll come back and they'll go out the other side and then you might try and get to the byline. When France win the ball, they stick it into the front three or front four and they run at you, like through the middle of the park. You know, and they just drive with the ball, a bit like what Gaza used to do. And then the game just opens up. And you're looking at it going, as a defender, I'm watching the Moroccans, they're going, how do you defend that? Well, you've got 3 people running off the ball, and then you've got the player with the ball running at you, straight at you. You know, the second goal they score is just like them just going, well I'm just going to run through you.
Well, it was 2-0.
Hard to defend again.
It could have been 4 if Mbappe scores that. JP had a chance at the end there, and brilliant, gets on his left foot and then scuffs his shot. And in the end, it was comfortable for France. They really didn't break a sweat. I don't remember their keeper having anything to do at all. There might have been a couple of crosses. I don't remember it. But, yeah, they're that good, mate. And I think they've got a little bit of a fear factor about them because everyone knows how good they are going forward. You cannot allow their 2 wide men to run at your fullback 1v1. You can't allow Elise to get on the turn. Even in tight areas, he'll let the ball run across him and he'll turn, he'll flick, and he'll play balls in. And you've got Mbappe, the best player in the world, up top.
Welcome back to World Cup Game Day on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren. We're live from Miami, brought to you by Enterprise Rent a Car. Wherever it is, they're here for it. Soon to come, the legendary British rap artist and Tottenham fan AJ Tracy will be here for it. But before that, we're delighted to be joined by talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Crook. Crookie?
How we doing?
Yeah, I've just listened to your conversation with Bentley about tipping.
Yeah.
So they put a lot on, didn't they? 30% last night for that meal.
Yeah, incredible.
30% tip.
Luckily, the talkSPORT credit card was out in force.
That's been battered, that, hasn't it?
All right, well, don't tell everyone. I'm sure the management will be watching this. It hasn't been battered, has it?
Were you there last night still when we were singing Vindaloo in that karaoke bar, or did you made your exit?
I left quite early because I'm a professional.
All the England tunes came out after you left.
What did you sing? Vindaloo, what else did you sing? It's coming home.
Three Lions, World in Motion.
Did you go up and sing? It was a karaoke bar we're alluding to, right?
No, because they actually closed entries. So.
Oh, is that what they said when you walked up there?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I've got
mate.
to say,
Sorry,
I've got
mate.
to say, I would have raised the standard.
Why?
Some of it was not great.
Can you sing, yeah?
Yeah, I can hold a tune.
Did you raise the standard of the good looks in the restaurant we went to when you walked in last night?
I think I probably did, didn't I?
It was walking into some kind of Hollywood movie, wasn't it?
We fitted in well, I thought.
What did you wear, Crookie?
I'm so glad you asked that, right? What do you think Crookie wore last night for a Michelin-starred restaurant?
Not that hat.
No,
the hat stayed at home.
No. Have a guess.
A Hawaiian shirt.
That one.
Yeah, but there was a reason for that. I had another shirt, a plain shirt, but I couldn't work the steamer in the room. So in the end, I thought, I can't be bothered. I'm just going to stick this on.
Benny, there was a steamer there last night. Look. That's amazing you turned up like that. They were like, 3 of you or 4? And I went, no, he's with us. Is he a competition winner? Sort of, yeah. Right. Listen, yesterday afternoon, after we came off air, you two went to the Everglades to see some gators.
Incredible.
We're going to show that in just a moment. You enjoy it, Cookie?
It was amazing. Yeah, I've got to say, it was a long journey to get out there because the traffic was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I had a night's sleep.
Hey, beautiful conversation me and Cricket had in the car on the way there. We really bonded.
He texted me a picture.
Hey, we spoke really well. We obviously shared stories about each other's families and that.
Well, listen, when
his head off next to me.
when you're surviving a 5 hours a night because it's all work and no play, you need to get your nap where you can.
Yeah.
I sent the picture tonight.
But actually, when we got there, how good was it? Just speeding around the Everglades. The fact we saw, 3 alligators?
Also,
hold on, don't spoil it.
Crookie saved the trip because the Uber driver had the wrong address in.
Yeah, he did.
Crookie saved it by going, no, we're going here.
Who gave him the wrong address?
Management Max, I think.
Okay.
We'll chuck him under the bus.
Yeah.
Right, should we see what happened?
Go for it.
When Crookie and Bentley met some gators. Have a look.
Alex Crook here, talkSPORT's chief football investigator. We've come to the Everglades. We are building up to England against Norway in Miami.
Oh, nervous.
Benty's here. He's a little bit nervy because we've got a crocodile behind us that, well, it was in the water and now it seems to be making its way up this grass verge. But we are about to get on this boat and we are going in search of a famous alligator called Snaggletooth. Benty is absolutely loving it right now. We are motoring through the Everglades. It's amazing out here. The perfect preparation, the perfect distraction to England-Norway in Miami tomorrow, that World Cup quarter-final, when, let's be honest, if England don't win, we're all going to be a little bit snappy. Bentley's also quite excited that we might get a chance to see an anaconda because, I quote, "I'm not scared, I used to have a pet snake."
Yeah, I mean, he said python, but yeah, I used to have a pet snake, which is fact, back in the day. So if any one of us on this boat could deal with an anaconda, it probably would be me.
If we look very closely, there's a crocodile that is the spitting image of Andy Goldstein.
No, that would be a snake.
Goes quite fast at times, doesn't he?
Yeah, but it's actually quite smooth. But yeah, look, bit of commotion up front, so I guess we're about to stop soon.
This could be Snaggletooth. I mean, I am we found Snaggletooth. There he is. Hello, mate. I'm trying to be cool, but I'm actually a little bit scared because he's 8 foot long. And I've just been told by our guide that actually if he fancied it, if he got the he could attack us all. And I'm 6 feet away, first in line. He's going to see these shorts that I'm wearing and think I fancy a bit of that. He's actually a good looking specimen. But I do wonder if he's in need of a bit of Goldstein golden paste.
Everyone is, by the way.
I definitely need it.
Yeah, available at damonbarber.com. That looked like fun. See, I'd been there years and years ago, so it was a toss-up whether or not I was going to join you. And I saw it was going to be like an hour in the car there, an hour about, and I wanted to watch the football and so on. But you hadn't been before, DB?
Never.
Had you been before? Oh, so neither. Okay. Did you enjoy the experience? Because I always, when I watch it, I'm always thinking they want to jump on the clocks they can get you.
Yeah. That was what was going through my head. But it was quite surreal, wasn't it, getting so close? And they were actually quite calm. Although we met a female alligator called Lily.
We obviously didn't meet her.
Called Lily. Yeah, we had a little chat.
How do you know it's female?
She was quite confident about England tonight. Our tour guide told us. So
Maybe he's just making stuff up.
But she opened her mouth, didn't she? She could see her 80 teeth. 80 teeth.
No, it was nice. The female dinosaur, female crocodile, alligator was.
What is happening
was
here
decent.
today?
So we got. I think we saw 3, 4. But it was a really good experience. Do you know what I wanted? I didn't want Cricket to fall in and hurt himself, but I wouldn't have minded like a little chaos. Do you know what I mean? A little something like his foot falls in.
It's easy to get off that, right? That raft or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You could easily fall in.
Yeah, but we asked the tour guide what happens if we fall in, and he said it'd be chaos. He said because you might lose an arm or a leg.
Did he actually say that?
He did say that, yeah.
I think did he say turtles are under the water as well? There's loads of different things, yeah.
And you were obsessed by 2 mating crickets.
I've got a video. I'll show it later. I
don't want to see it.
Nah, trust me, you do.
We were stood watching this alligator, and all he was focusing on was the crickets. Up to no good.
Listen, you don't see anything like it. They were massive as well. Just like,
how's that?
Trust me.
2 mating crickets.
I got the video.
Why are you videoing nature like that?
No, because you have to see it in their natural habitat.
I don't want to see it, D.
Alligators just floating around. These two just.
All right. By the way, did you get bitten either of you two? I was told that.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
No, to be fair, producer Susan gave us spray.
Oh,
make sure we didn't. Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, judging by what you were wearing, no one's coming near you.
Great day though. Great. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
You made it worth it.
Well done to both of you.
Why didn't you come, Andy? You should have come.
Well,
he said he wanted to watch the game, but you then spent 2 hours on a sun lounge on the beach.
I did go to the beach.
So you didn't watch it?
Well, I listened to it on the free to download.
And you couldn't listen to it on the boat?
No, not with all that buzzing noise. No, you weren't even looking at you're looking at crickets mating.
Trust me, have a look at this video.
Why are you videoing that?
I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Weird, D.
It was loud as well.
They were quite loud.
Wait, you don't want to be the neighbours, do you? They're at it again, number 11. Let's get your view while we've got. This is the only section we've got with you, because then you're going off to do whatever you do. Just a quick word about the game this afternoon. Everyone's talking about England and how many goals we're going to win by. Is that a dangerous, possibly, maybe
maybe
dangerous angle to come in at?
Maybe, because I think we were all quite nervous about Mexico and actually geared up for the fact we might not win in the Azteca, and obviously we go 2-0 up and you think we're home and hosed, we're planning the flights to Miami, and then we concede, then we have a man sent off, and we have to do it the hard way. Whereas today, there does seem to be a real confidence, and yeah, maybe that is a little bit of a concern, because they've got players Norway who can hurt us. Obviously, they've got Haaland, scored in his last 14 games for his country. They've got Ødegaard with the supply line. But I think player for player, we're better. And if we turn up and play our best game, and they play their best game, there's only one winner for me.
Do you know what? It's going to be fascinating to see what that Mexico game took out of us.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be key, because
physically, you mean?
Yeah,
and mentally?
100%.
Yeah.
Because it felt like, watching it, England players gave it absolutely everything
enough
they had.
time to recover, right, or not?
Oh, I don't know. It's hard. I mean, those conditions, and when did they fly? Yesterday, I think they flew in. That's what I'm.
And it's going to be hot, isn't it, at the stadium this afternoon as well?
Well, I talked about this earlier when we came on air about everyone back home suggesting the game's going to be postponed or the weather, storms coming. I mean, I walked as you did from our hotel to here, and it's quite breezy out. There's no sun. It's all very cloudy. The weather forecast looks absolutely perfect.
And it's not probably quite as humid as it has been.
No, not at all.
First couple of days here.
Not at all. So I don't think the weather will be a problem for us today.
No. And the fact is, it's going to be the same for Norway. It's not like we're playing Brazil, who are used to playing in hot conditions.
But it just feels like the Norway-Brazil game that they won the game in the end pretty comfortable, and didn't really, not that they didn't exert themselves, but the Mexico game we gave it everything, and we've got a few players in there carrying knocks, and we've got players on a yellow card. It is a little bit like.
And I don't think he's going to change it that much. I might be wrong, but I can see the only change is going to be obviously enforced at right back with Quanta suspended.
Yeah.
I think Spence will probably get the nod. That was what I was hearing earlier this week, although Reece James did train yesterday. But apart from that, assuming that Declan Rice has got over his sickness bug, assuming that Gay's hamstring is okay, there's a case for keeping the rest of the team as it was, isn't there?
Quick, were you worried about the yellow cards?
No, not overly, because I think the players who know they're walking that tightrope should be able to restrain themselves from getting another. Probably the only concern would be Bellingham, because we know he can be quite emotional, and we can't afford to be facing Argentina, because I think they'll beat Switzerland, particularly as Switzerland's best player, Manzambi, is not going to play.
Yeah.
We can't go into a game against Argentina without Bellingham or Rice.
What's your role this afternoon? Are you going just to watch it, or are you working?
Yeah, doing a little bit with Adrian in the build-up to the game.
Okay,
and
nice.
then, I think I'm going to try and get myself in amongst the England fans and experience it from that
You got
perspective.
you got a ticket?
I've got a ticket, yeah.
Right.
I'm not in VVIP like you, but I've been there, done that.
Not for big games.
3 VIPs already.
Any England games?
England, Croatia. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but knockout stages.
And actually, England, Panama. Yeah.
Why couldn't you get it for today?
Well, because you two nicked the tickets.
Yes. By the way, before we let you go, this is the last time you're going to be on our show here. Yeah. But we go back to New York either for a day or for a week, depending on.
Yeah,
whether
I'll
or
be
not
there on Monday. Don't worry.
But you're not a fan of leaving here and going to New York, right?
I just listen. It sounds ridiculous because New York is obviously a great city. So is Miami. But
so is Dallas.
So is Dallas. I feel like I've spent too long in New York. And I feel like
like that in Dallas?
I feel like I could explore Miami a bit more.
What's your favourite city you into?
I think it's a toss-up between Dallas and Miami.
Yeah, why Dallas?
Just the people are so friendly.
Because the hat.
And the hat. Yeah.
The hat.
I feel like a cowboy.
The hat's got to stay, man. The hat's got to stay. That's good. Well, listen, what are you laughing? What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you?
Nothing.
Control yourself.
Nothing.
It's like a big child.
Before I let you go, what's the score going to be? Live on talkSPORT for a place in the last four. What will the score be, Cookie?
England to win 3-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I just say well done for everything you've done for us. May the good work continue. We'll see you later, obviously, but we'll have you on our show worst way on Monday, and that'll be the last one. Or
it won't be the last one.
We'll carry on all the way up to the final. So lots more from Cookie to come. Off you go. We'll see you at the stadium. Keep your calls coming in ahead of England against Norway. We'll take your calls in just a moment. How about that? 03717 223344. Are you as confident as the three of us? 03717 223344. Dial that. You'll have your say. Live from Miami, sort of next, right after this.
They get into this weird situation where they forget what happened before. So all the big games, they played Havertz, right? Gyökeres, who you bought in at the start of the season, was going to be, for all the big games, in all the big games, he was on the bench.
Yeah.
Facts, that's what happened. So the manager doesn't trust him. That's not our opinion, that's just objectively looking at it. Havertz gets injured quite a lot, unfortunately. Gary Jesus is not the same since he's come back from his injury. So if you're now telling me that you can get through this season again and everybody else is going to be as poor as they were last year, I think you're just forgetting the fact that you lot were all losing your marbles around the Man City loss. And it was, we need a proper striker. Arteta don't know what he's doing again. You win the league, it's great, we're going to win it.
But you know, what I've always said to, I've always said to you, I always said to him, though, Gyökeres wasn't bought in for the big games, did I? I said that to you. We bought Gyökeres in for the game.
No, I get
listen,
explain.
I want to hear
the
it.
year before, Arsenal, it weren't the record against Man City's, the Liverpool, it weren't that cost us the league. It was we couldn't beat Fulham, couldn't beat West Ham, couldn't beat them lesser clubs. Gyökeres I mean, he said it. Right, it's one of them. Gyökeres this season, though, Gyökeres this season scored against the Fulhams and West Ham, so we didn't have a problem getting past those teams, which is why then we went on to win the league.
Okay, I think you won the league because you played very pragmatic football. I'm not actually allowed to say the type of football that people are calling it on air, but you played a certain type of football.
Would you play that type of football to win the league?
No.
What?
What are you talking? Of course you would.
Honestly.
If I was a footballer?
No, it's just like...
Your my team?
Yeah.
No, I'll be happy like you lot. I'll be exactly... You get me? I'll be happy. Of course I will.
But would you like to see Spurs play that way to win?
Brendan Johnson scored with like his knee or something and we won the trophy. I'm happy. I don't care, bro. However it gets done, I'm happy. I don't really care. But what I'm saying is, you can't like gloat about it and say, oh, we don't need a 9. That's crazy. You do need a 9, respectfully. What are you talking about, bro? If you sold Osimhen and Havertz right now, you could... sorry, Osimhen. If you bought Osimhen and sold Gyökeres and Havertz right now, you'd be great. You'd be fine. You could buy Barcola. Barcola and Osimhen changes their team, bro. Surely.
Do you know what? I'm happy with what we got.
Oh, you're a liar. That's a lie. You're a liar. That is a lie.
I'm happy with
that. Is
Not long to go. We're all getting very excited here. You're listening to World Cup Game Day live on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app. We are coming live from Miami. Do you like my Tony Montana shirt that I've got on today, D?
Okay. Yeah, I do like it. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
I used to do it all the time.
Any more on that?
Say hello to my love friend. Not bad, that is it. You want to play ball? Okay.
You just sound like you got a gobstopper in your mouth. Get the gobstopper out my mouth. We are counterpunting to the team, by the way. I went to the steps where that was filmed. Did I tell you that? It's on the beach.
Yeah, do I need someone to tell me?
Yeah.
Where's the mansion at?
What mansion?
Set that line. What's that?
Oh, I don't know what. I don't even know if that's. I don't know if that's in Miami.
You know that when obviously at the end where
right at the end. Yeah.
Say hello to my love friend.
It's like he's in the room, isn't it, Pacino? It's very bizarre.
Trust me, a lot of practice.
We are counting down to England taking on Norway in the World Cup quarter-finals. The game will be live. Of course it will on talkSPORT. Build up from 8, kick-off at 10. Before we get the odds for tonight's game, let's head back to Wimbledon. I think we've got a winner, actually. The ladies' singles final. Watching for talkSPORT is Lisa O'Sullivan.
No, we haven't. What idiot said three-set tennis wasn't exciting? Karolina Muchova is serving to level the match after coming from 5-2 down in the second set. The centre court crowd stand on their feet as she heads to the chair. She's taken the second set, 7-5. We're going to a decider. Her head was down, the shoulders were down. She had a little bit of a weep and came out and has pulled herself right back into this match. When they headed for the end change, after Muchova pulled up to a game behind, Noskova stuck her fingers in her ears to drown out the noise of the crowd. And when Muchova made it 6-5, well, Noskova just sat with the strawberry red towel over her head. We're into a deciding set against all the odds. It's 1-all between Karolina Muchova and Linda Noskova.
Yeah, what idiot told me it was over, Benty? I don't know. Right, it's the 5th T20 match between England and India at Southampton. Is talkSPORT's Sam Ellard with the latest.
India 110 for 3, chasing a massive 258 for victory. Both openers went in the power play. Sanju Samson going for 27, and then Jofra Archer getting Abhishek Sharma in the first over for 3. Shreyas Iyer has just gone to Liam Dawson, looking to work the ball leg side, got a leading edge and was caught inside the ring on the offside. Ishan Kishan unbeaten on 49. The new back to the crease is Tilak Verma. But the next 10 overs should be a formality because the required run rate for India is 15 runs and over. England posting their 3rd highest score in T20 cricket history earlier on this afternoon, largely thanks to an incredible second wicket partnership between Butler and Brooke worth 233 runs. Butler getting to a second international 131 runs he made. Brooke not out on 95. India 110 for 3 in the 11th, chasing 258 for victory.
Thank you, Sam. Right, let's get a look at the latest odds with Bet365.
On the ball on talkSPORT with Bet365. This summer, Bet365 are bringing you more offers than ever before. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Yeah, let's say hello to the Freethmeister General. It's Steve Freeth from Bet365. Hi, Steve. How are you today?
Yeah, Andy, Darren, yeah, very good afternoon. Very excited for this evening.
Yes, we can't wait. Let's jump straight into the big one. Who are the favourites to advance tonight with England taking on Norway?
Yeah, they are. England are favourites, Andy, as you'd expect. But I think we are expecting goals as well. Both teams have scored in the 5 Norway games so far. 21 goals in their matches, 16 in England. Shaky defences, world-class strikers. So it's only 7-2 for both teams to score in the first half and just 4-1 for 5 or more goals in the game. I'd prefer, you know me, how boring I am, a low, dull, low-scoring game. That'll do me. But England a shade of odds on. Norway just under 3-1 to win in 90 minutes.
Harry Kane versus Erling Haaland tonight. I'm guessing, well, one of these two with Mbappe and Messi. Who is the favourite for the World Cup Golden Boot?
Yeah, Mbappe is the favourite, Darren, currently at even money with Messi at 6-4. Of course, he gets a chance against Switzerland a little bit later on. And then Haaland and Kane, of course, they get a big chance. It's Haaland's only played 360 minutes compared to the 443 minutes that Harry Kane has played. So it's 15-2 Haaland, it's 17-2 Harry Kane. And I'll just mention the 50-1 about Lionel Messi scoring 14 or more in this tournament. You just can't write him off for anything, can you, these days?
I think you can for 14. I don't think that would be happening. But right, let's move on. Spain and France, they're into the last 4. Who are the outright winners to win the whole World Cup?
Yeah, France are 6-4 favourites, Andy, and Spain did come in last night from 9-2 into 130, whereas, of course, Moreno came on for Olmo, didn't he, for a second time? And those sub-on, play-on offer that we do is just incredible, of course. So, you know, the Dani Olmo backers actually get paid for Moreno scoring, so that's good for them. Argentina are third favourites at 9-2 with England and 5, and it's also 9-2 for an England and Spain final. That will be very good.
So, Stephen, listen, I can only read what's written. So I'm going to say, and finally, the race for the Golden Boot. I've just asked you that, but that's written down on the page. So, who's the favourite to win the Golden Boot?
Should we talk rugby league, Darren? What do you from yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah.
50. Yeah, 48 points. Talk about that. Yeah, no. I tell you what. Let's talk about. I mean, Kane's 7-2 to score first tonight. Haaland is at 9-2. It's 33-1 for the both of them to score 2 or more. I keep backing Nico O'Reilly to score a header. It's 16-1. I'm hopeful that he'll do it again. Jordan Pickford is 10-1 for 6 or more saves. And it's Clement Turpin who's in charge tonight. He did no cards against Croatia. It's 7-1 for no cards. And he's 4-1 to stand and deliver and issue a red card this evening, Mr. Turpin.
That is unbelievable from Steve. That he's got out of that fantastically well.
Yeah. What about the Golden Boot?
We've already talked about it. Mbappe's even.
Okay. Just asking.
Andy,
Steve,
it's all right, pal. You've got away. Yeah.
Stephen, what do you think the score will be? Nothing to do with odds, but what does your heart tell you tonight?
I think it will be highly entertaining. I think Haaland might have a field day against his familiar, the defenders that he plays against. Harry Kane, I think, will have a field day against a former Albion defender. I think it'll be 4-2 to England again, just like the Croatia game.
Okay. And before I let you go, Golden Boot? No, only joking. Steve, thanks for coming on. Always a pleasure. Enjoy the game. We'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks, pal.
Cheers, lads. Keep the faith.
There you go. Those are the latest odds with Bet365, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365. 18 plus. Gambleaware.org.
On the ball, on talkSPORT with Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and check out more offers than ever before this summer. 18 plus. Gambleaware.org.
I can only apologise. You know what we forgot to ask him?
About the Golden Boot. Yeah.
We did that on next week's show, yeah?
Yeah, forgot.
He didn't say it, did he? If only Joe would have written it down, our producer. More than 9 times. Right, when we come back, we're building up to the big one, of course, Norway v England. We'll take some calls when we come back. Should we do that? Yeah, that would be nice. 03717223344. Dial that number. You can speak to me and DB. Have your say on national radio right after this.
Go to Ben. He's Arsenal fan. All right, Ben?
Benny boy.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm all right, Ben.
Yeah,
We've got to do this quarter-final 11. Let's get it going. Come on.
All right. I've got the Spanish flamenco dance on the wing. Like around defence. Their foot tapping all dazzle their defence and send them sideways.
Yeah, the old flamenco dance.
And
Dance
a little maverick on the wing. Little maverick on the wing.
Like a flamenco dance.
Yeah.
What are they called? Is it flamenco or is it what is it? Flamenco.
Madame, wait for you.
It's a flamenco.
Yeah.
Flamenco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know you're iconic now, Ben?
No,
Yeah.
He's actually iconic.
Ben appears every single night at the sports bar.
Every night.
Doesn't he?
Without foul.
Yeah. Yeah. Been over a year.
It's been a year. All right, look, the flamenco dancer on the wing.
Yeah.
Okay. Dancing about. Bit of maverick in there. All right, let's go to Dave. He's a Sunderland fan. Dave?
All right, Dave-o.
Hello, boys. How you doing?
I'm all right, Dave. How are you?
Yeah.
Good. So I'm getting in early with a representative from England who I think can be our captain.
Okay.
And it's St. George himself.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a leader, warrior. He's up for a battle. He'll put the opposition to the sword. And I think we can play him on the wing.
No, he don't feel like a winger, mate.
Killed a dragon.
Like centre half.
Killed a dragon, didn't he?
Reason being, he's got a good cross, hasn't he, St. George?
Okay.
No,
I feel like as a person, like St. George feels like a centre half. He feels like a Bobby Moore. Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Just because you're a football legend doesn't mean you totally light up the World Cup. These guys are just three who prove that. The struggles of some great names makes the record of Miroslav Klose even more impressive. It was in 2002 in Japan and South Korea that a 24-year-old Klose put the world on notice. At his first World Cup, he scored a hat-trick in Germany's opener against Saudi Arabia. He scored another 2 at the tournament and, well, what do you notice? Yep, 5-headed goals. The only time someone's done that in World Cup history. Germany lost in the final, but Klose had certainly raised some eyebrows. Klose scored another 5 goals and won the Golden Boot in 2006, although Germany lost in the semi-finals at their home World Cup. Totes emotion for die Fans. By 2010, Klose was playing for Bayern Munich, where they'd clearly instilled an I'm not scared of anything attitude. African and English safaris look a bit different, don't they? Brilliant. Anyway, Klose returned from his excursion, got a goal against England and was on the score sheet in the quarter-final against Argentina before Germany were undone by a pack of hungry Spaniards. 4 years later, Klose was 36, but he was picked for one last World Cup, much to the German public's frustration. He hadn't had a stellar season for Lazio, but Germany didn't have many out-and-out strikers at the time. Klose, though, delivered again. He scored in the groups, and then in the semi-final, he had his record-breaking moment. Klose got Germany second in that incredible 7-1 victory over Brazil, his 16th, a new World Cup record. In fact, to really twist the knife, he snatched it from R9 in front of the Brazilian fans. Klose started the final, and his replacement, Mario Götze, well, you know what happened in extra time. And with that, Klose called it quits, taking with him the record for the most goals in tournament history and the most match wins in tournament history, as well as 2 bronze medals, a runners-up medal, and that winner's medal. The dream of every single World Cup footballer he fulfilled.
Welcome back to World Cup Game Day live on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren. We're live from Miami, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app. Still to come, we'll be joined by the wonderful Ollie Murs. He'll be in a car, I think, on his way to the game. But first, England are in a World Cup quarter-final. We take on Norway tonight. And, of course, it's a game you can hear live right here on talkSPORT.
Can you hear me? Your boys took a hell of a beating.
Are you ready? Do you know? I feel it too.
England have beaten Mexico in the Azteca. They've now got Norway in Miami in the quarterfinals. Bellingham again, and he scored again. It's 2 in a minute.
Are you ready?
2 in the middle now. Sweating towards Haaland. Erling Haaland, you beauty.
To score 7 goals for Norway in the World Cup is quite special.
Beware England. Beware Erling Haaland. Kane on the turn. Oh, what a goal! Unbelievable support.
We will go now full steam ahead to keep pushing and stay in the tournament.
Are you ready? Do you know? I feel it too.
Let's hope we hear from a broken-voiced Harry Kane again tonight. England take on Norway in the World Cup quarter-finals. It's live on talkSPORT right here. Adrian Durham, Jim Proudfoot, Stuart Pearce. They'll bring you live commentary of that one. All kicks off in Miami at 10 p.m. Joining us now to help build up to that is the legendary UK rap artist, our mate. We last spoke to him in New York, but he's here in Miami ahead of the game. AJ Tracy, how are you, my friend?
I'm very well. How you doing, boys?
We're good.
Calm down.
I'm chilling.
we last saw you in Miami. I've lost track of days. Saturday today, is it? I can't remember.
Saw in New York.
New York, sorry. Tuesday, Wednesday, something. Yeah. When did you get back here to Miami? When did you land?
Yesterday, and I leave tomorrow. So just.
And where are you flying off to?
Back to New York.
Oh, okay.
Back to
All
New
right.
York.
How are you feeling ahead of this game? Because obviously it's mixed emotions for everyone because we want to go through to the semis, we want to get through to the final, we want to win it, and everyone's talking about Argentina's going to be tough, but we have to concentrate on Norway. They're no pushovers, right? It's going to be a real tough game. So what's your initial thoughts on this one?
Ooh, big game, tough game. They got some really good players. They got some quality in there. I think they're no pushovers at all. I think they should be taken seriously. But I think we can do it, though. I think we got enough power to get over the line. I think we're better than them, honestly. But if Haaland just gets off to a crazy start, then it could get a little bit rough for us. So
that's the big thing, you know. I think the start is crucial. I know the start in any game is always important, but I think about this game. Like I don't know why in my head, like I've got this vision of Haaland getting a chance early. And he's one of those centre forwards that he don't really miss, does he? He's always on the shoulder, he's causing problems. But I agree with AJ. I think England are the better side, but I said at the top of the show, games are not played on paper. Man for man, we're better than Norway. They'd probably say to themselves, we're better than them, but you never know. If England don't show up, they've got players that can hurt England.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Are you watching all of the games in the World Cup? I know
yeah. Every game.
What have you made of it so far? You enjoyed the one yesterday afternoon, the one saw Spain get through?
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I think Spain conceding obviously is a thing because it looked like they wouldn't concede ever. I think Yamal is like one of the best players at the tournament, even though he's not scoring. He's still one of the best players, which I think is amazing. Similar to Elise, because he's not really scoring back.
Is he underachieved at this one? Because we're all, all the big guns are scoring copious amounts of goals, right?
Are you saying who? Yamal?
I mean, yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's underachieving. I think it's as critical to create the goals as it is to score them, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just think the World Cup's really good. I think I've enjoyed it a lot. It's nice to see like the smaller teams getting these chances and getting far into the tournament. I've got a few things to say about Argentina, Egypt, but I'll leave that. I'll leave that.
No, don't leave it. Let's get
Is it up there with Van der Ven and Saliba chat?
No, I think this one's more reasonable, actually. I think this one might be more reasonable.
What are you going to say about Argentina?
I just think I'm not going to say there's conspiracies. I'm not going to do all that. But what I am going to say is there's not a lot of consistency with the refereeing. I think that's a fair statement.
Yeah.
I think, you know, you have to go off what you've been doing. And if you suddenly start changing how you view tackles, how you view fouls, where you pull the game back from, why this goal has been disallowed because of something that happened 20 minutes ago. Yeah. All of that is, to me, it starts becoming a bit dubious and strange. Like, don't do the biasness because, hey, my favourite player's on the pitch, so I'm going to start that. I don't like that, I'll be honest. I think
you think there's like an ulterior motive to it?
Not an ulterior motive, but I just think that there's a lack of consistency. I think that's fair to say. I'm not here to say that anyone's cheating or it's been rigged or anything like that, but I am going to say there's a lack of consistency.
What, that favours the big sides?
That favours whichever sides are going to make the blockbuster headlines. For example, like Argentina coming back and winning.
Okay, let me ask you this, right? And it's an interesting chat to have.
Yeah.
And I understand why you're saying it. You're not alone. Loads of people are saying it. But for that to be the case, FIFA would have had to have sat down with all the refs and all the officials and said, this is our game plan. We need the big heads.
That's not what I think happened, by the way. Mine's a little bit different to everyone else. I think everyone thinks they're just planning for Messi to win. Now, that's not what I think is happening. What I think is referees are human. And, you know, if your favourite player is on the pitch, you might be slightly more lenient towards him. That's what I genuinely believe.
So there's a lot of personal preference in there.
Can I ask you a question? If the goal that was disallowed for Egypt went through, it'd be 3-0, right? The game's done, respectfully. The game is actually done. There's no coming back from 3-0.
No, they were 1-0 when they scored that goal to go 2-0, and that was wiped off.
Okay.
So it went back to 1-0.
But it would have been 3-0, though. They were all over them, respectfully. They were all over them. They were all over them.
Okay, I mean, we'll never know, right? But the one that was cancelled was when they 1-0.
Okay, but the goal that was cancelled, the goal scorer went on and scored again, right?
Yes.
So what you can infer is that he was really all over them. That's my honest opinion. I think he was going to score regardless. That's my opinion. You know, you're a striker, bro. When you know you're going to score, you got it. Like you're in that mood.
But we don't know because at 2-0 they would have sat on that lead.
Fine, we don't know. Fine, that's fair enough. We don't know. But for me, the momentum was with Egypt, and I think it breaks up the momentum to start doing things like, okay, there was a tackle way back there. I'm going to delete this goal because.
But was it a foul?
We could get into all that, but why was it even contested? I don't understand why it was even pulled back for something else.
I tell you what I think the problem is, right? And I agree with everything you're saying, right?
Yeah.
But the law states that when there is a goal, you go back to as far back as you can whilst that ball's in play, right? So going by the laws that currently exist, and I don't agree with them, but it was right to chalk that goal off.
And that's fine. I have no discrepancy with what you're saying in black and white terms, yeah? But my problem is with the consistency. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Because if you're going to do that every time. Because then it becomes complicated. Because why is it that you're now choosing to follow the rules to a T, but you weren't previously? That is strange to me.
Do you know what it is, though? This conversation started before the tournament started because the Ronaldo situation. So that tells you straight away there's preferences. Because he should have been suspended for all three group games. And they wiped that. They suspended it. Then we saw with the Balogun situation with him being obviously the host nation.
That's insane.
Him being one of their better players. Is what going to be suspended? Now we'll suspend that. They're almost governing themselves. So
no, almost they are.
They are. Exactly so I think what AJ's saying there, to a point, is correct because we've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Like we've seen it happen.
But I want to reiterate though, I don't think that this rigged or they're cheating. I just think consistency is important.
Yeah.
Because at least you can reference something and be like, all right, cool, I've been penalised for this because that's what they've been doing all the tournament.
So even down to the challenge, Messi's challenge and Balogun's challenge. Balogun's challenge he gets sent off, which I think is lesser.
Yeah.
Messi's down his calf, everything, nothing.
Well, okay, Kwanzaa, right? He's got a 2-game ban.
Yeah.
Fair or unfair?
It's unfair considering what's happened before.
Yeah.
That's the problem. This is the problem because considering what's happened before is unfair, but in isolation it's fair.
It's the right
Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why the consistency comes into it.
So you don't think the officials are making a conscious decision? It's just something that's happening when the game is flowing.
I don't think they're making a premeditated decision before the game, but I think in the midst of the game, it is a conscious decision.
Okay, so
that's what I think.
In that Egypt game, there was a moment where Salah was fouled, right?
Yeah.
And that wasn't given. Now, he's one of the game's biggest players.
But but the problem is with that, it's a little bit different there. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different.
What, as in
Messi and...
Do you think it's Messi and Salah, or do you think it's Argentina and Egypt?
I think it's Messi.
Messi. I think it's Messi. I'll be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I do think it's Messi. I do think it's Messi. Who's your favourite athlete of all time? Genuinely.
Beckham.
Cool. So like, if you're reffing a game and Beckham's playing, and Beckham's last dance, and you're a genuine Beckham fan, and you don't care about the other team, you might be a little bit lenient. I'm not saying you would cheat, but you might be a little bit like, within the rules, what I'm doing is fair within the rules. I'm not saying they're cheating, but within the rules, I can give it. Is that fair?
Yeah, totally fair.
That's what I think. That's what I think.
Okay, well, so we could be at a stage, right? We know what two of the semi-finalists, right? We know Spain are playing France, right?
What a game that is. Big game.
And we're on the cusp of England playing Argentina. On the cusp, it might not happen, but that's where we're at. So we could be left with 4 of the biggest seeds.
Yes.
Before the competition started, if I would have sat you both down and said, who do you want in the semi-finals, would you have picked those 4?
Who would I think is going to get to the semi-finals?
No, who do you want to see?
As in for entertainment purposes?
Yeah, we're talking now. What we're alluding to is whether or not we as a football fans, but whether or not the officials, for some reason, deep down, want to see the best teams.
Yes.
Well, I would have opted for, if you'd offered me, I would have said Spain, France, England. Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil maybe.
But obviously Norway were the ones that upset, because that's what I expected it to be.
Yeah, but the way the draw was, you were never going to have that.
I mean, because you've got Argentina there.
Yeah. So are you? If we get that,
that's fair. Yeah, I think for entertainment purposes, yes. I think the big teams being in the last games is the most important.
So you could argue the officials are doing us a favour, right?
I mean,
I know it's a silly argument to have, but if they're the 4 teams we all want to see in the last,
for entertainment purposes, I understand, but I believe that with football, it's a show of individual and team skill and what you've worked for. So I don't believe that should be negated by people's preferences.
Do you know, with the 2-game ban for Kwanzaa, part of me does think as well that if you're talking from a perspective of who the officials wanted to see or the hierarchy wanted to see, but they probably wouldn't have wanted to see England there. They would have probably rather seen on a global scale Brazil, Argentina, semi-final.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, you're
Spain,
right.
France.
Yeah. Or Argentina, Portugal, because obviously.
Do you know what I mean? So that would have been.
Does anyone want to see Switzerland, Norway semi-final?
No, I mean
I mean the world. I don't mean us. Obviously, we don't.
The world.
Does world football want to see that as a
I'll be honest, Haalandmania right now, I think people do want to see Norway. He's got a big.
Do you?
Yeah, I think so. Haaland's going crazy right now online. You ain't seen it?
Yeah.
Caricatures and memes, and he's going insane. You hit 60 million followers. He's going crazy.
Yeah.
I like what he's saying though, in terms of being humble, and is that everyone's got to stay humble.
Yeah.
I genuinely think, I know it's a World Cup quarter-final, I genuinely feel like there's no pressure on Norway at all.
Yeah, I agree.
There is.
No, I agree. I actually agree.
No one thought they'd get past Brazil.
They've gone further than they were meant to get to.
Just think what you've said. You said no pressure.
Yeah. All right, not no pressure.
You've got to go into a World Cup quarter-final with pressure, D.
A lot less pressure than everyone else.
And also with Haaland, he's expected to score goals.
He'll score his, but as a team,
I'm talking about the pressure. He's expected to carry them through.
Wait, but is it fair to say if he doesn't score and he goes this game and he gets knocked out, no one will hate on him for that? They'll be like, fine, fair enough, you did well. Right?
No, but very much like when Maradona carried Argentina to the '86 World Cup, right? Haaland's expected to carry Norway through.
No, hold on.
How can it be a free hit in a quarterfinal?
I'm looking in his eyes. I'm trying to figure out if he's rage baiting. I can't tell.
No. I'm just saying.
If they get knocked out, if they get knocked out, people go, yeah, of course they're playing England.
They will say he done really well. He done great. 7. What has he got? 7 goals.
Yeah,
that's great.
If we beat them, there won't be any Norwegians watching that game. Well, it's England.
All right, if England lose, what are they going to say about Kane? He should have, and he doesn't score. He should have done it.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the expectation levels on Erling Haaland, right?
Yeah.
He goes into this one with copious amounts of pressure on him.
No, I disagree. I actually disagree, man.
I don't think so. I think they go into it.
What do you think? He's going to walk through the tunnel and go, well, it's a free hit.
No, not like that.
They weren't as players, but I don't think the pressure's on them where people are looking at them going, they have to get past England. I think if they go up,
they're expected to win today.
Also, who?
From Norway's perspective, they will look at England and think we can win.
No, they'll think we can win, not that we should win.
Yeah.
England is we should win.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, but
come on. He believes. He
I think the Norwegians will fancy this realistically as much as we do.
No, that's crazy. No way.
Are you joking? They've got the best number 9 in world football, one off.
Okay, wait, hold on. Who's the best number 9 in world football?
They've got Odegaard as well, haven't they?
Who's the best number 9? Okay, here we go.
Mbappe.
Boys, world football, not club football, world football. Mbappe's the best 9.
Yeah, without a doubt now.
The best 9?
Yes.
Without a doubt.
No, I disagree, bro.
Who do you think?
Kane.
Right, stop. That's where we're going to pick up when we come back, all right? We can't continue that now. We need time. Right. We'll have that debate right after this. So me and you say Mbappe.
Yeah.
AJ says Kane. We'll have that right after this.
Newcastle's summer exodus is set to reach a crisis point. Sean, you'll have heard this news. Sandro Tonali, Anthony Gordon, of course, already out the door. Club captain and fan favourite Bruno Guimaraes has reportedly informed the hierarchy that he wants to join champions Arsenal, with another star player forcing his way out. Darren Bent raised serious concerns about what this loss could mean for Eddie Howe next season.
Yeah, I do feel for Eddie Howe. I really do, because again, if Bruno leaves tonight, he's obviously gone to Tottenham as well. Isaac, they just haven't been able to kind of recruit the players certainly the quality that they've lost. And you look at what they've bought some of these players for. Isaac, was it 60 million? They sell him for 120. Like tonight, they bought him for a fee. They sell him for more. So clearly, he's improving these players. But at some point, I think if Newcastle do want to go to the next level, they've got. I know it's hard with the PSR and the financial fair play, but if they do want to go to the next level and then stay there, they've got to find a way of holding on to some of these players.
Oh, look at Darren and his floral number. Watching on the smart TV, I like that. Sure. Do you have sympathy for Eddie Howe in this situation? The latest is that Bruno has agreed personal terms with Arsenal, but Newcastle's stance is that he remains not for sale.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's really tough, and the challenge that you have is not just if one of your big players goes at any football club, at any level really. People understand there's a time and a place. When 2 go, that can make other players a bit itchy and a bit nervy. Then if 3 go, all of a sudden they go, hang on a minute, who are we bringing in? And I think they're right on that cusp. I don't know their situation at PSR, but I've been through that, obviously, in my time at Everton, so I know how dangerous that can be. But I think losing the players of that quality, I think that's really tough on Eddie, and I think he's done a great job there. So hopefully, I mean, look, you never know on the other side of that. Good people in their recruitment there. They've shown that over the years, so they might have people lined up, don't forget. So these things can twist very quickly when you get a freshness in the camp and a newness and some quality, and all of a sudden it can feel different.
We are on the hopefully we're on the ball a bit later on. You're listening to World Cup Game Day live on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent. AJ Tracy's here, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. We're here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk. We're coming to you live from Miami. We'll have our chat in just a moment. But in the world of tennis, turned into a very exciting match, three-set match as well. Lisa O'Sullivan can tell us more from Wimbledon.
Yeah, we're into a deciding third set, much against the odds, because Linda Noskova had 5 championship points in the second set, leading 6-2, 5-2. But Karolina Muchova found something after hitting rock bottom to take that second set 7-5. She is a break down in this third set, the decider. But in the battle of the Czechs, it is Linda Noskova who is in the winning position at the moment. She's serving 3-1 in the deciding third set.
Thank you, Lisa. Benny, very happy about that. Right, the 5th T20 match between England and India at Southampton, well and truly underway. Sam Ellard can tell us more.
England closing in on a comprehensive victory to win the series 4-0 and go to number 1 on the T20 international rankings. They were brilliant with the bat, posting a massive 257 for 3. A Josh Buttler century and Harry Brook finishing unbeaten on 95. Just 4 overs left of the India reply. They're going to fall well short. They're 164 for 5, 94 more runs needed from 23 balls. The player that's played the best innings, Ishan Kishan, in at 3, made 56 off 35. But England have kept on taking wickets over the course of the innings. Sam Curran with 2 wickets. A wicket each for Archer, Dawson and Rashid. Just 4 overs left of this India run chase. They're 168 for 5.
Thank you so much. Before the break, we just got into the chat of who is the best number 9 in world football. AJ Tracy alongside me and Benty. Me and Benty both went Mbappe, and AJ Tracy said, no, it's not. You said Solanke, right? Dominic Solanke.
Richarlison.
Who are you saying is the best number 9 in world football?
I think it's Anthony.
We're not talking wingers.
I think Mbappe is a winger, actually.
Okay.
And that's the reason why I said he's not the best. I think Mbappe is probably the best player on the planet right now, genuinely. That's my honest opinion, but I just don't see him as an out-and-out 9. I'm saying 9 for 9. Probably Haaland and Kane are the 2 you'd speak of. And I think Kane is better than Haaland at this current moment in time.
If you had to start bench cell.
Start bench cell of those 3?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And it's World Cup final tomorrow.
Cool, I'm starting all 3.
No, that wasn't a question.
Don't think they're the rules.
I'm the manager here.
No.
It's my formation. I'm starting all 3. Thank you. Next question.
What's your answer to that?
I'm starting Mbappe.
Okay.
I know you're selling Kane.
That's fine.
I'm benching Kane.
Okay.
You're selling Haaland?
Selling Haaland, yeah.
Okay. You didn't expect that, did you?
Yeah. I answered the question.
Yeah.
Your turn.
No, I mean, you
Yeah, I'm next. Your turn.
Oh, no, as presenter, I don't. I get to choose.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Okay, I would start Mbappe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now it's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Well, because
remember, I said World Cup final tomorrow.
Okay, because of what Harry Kane does, not just as a striker but as a footballer.
Yeah.
I'm putting Harry Kane on the bench and I'm selling Haaland as well.
Same.
You're such a liar.
Honestly, who's starting?
Well, who's won a World Cup before? Hold on, sorry. Who's won a World Cup before?
You can't
Why
start.
am I not allowed to respond? Can I respond? Is that okay?
You can't start Mbappe.
Hold on.
You've just said he's not the best.
I also just said he's the best player in the world. Did I not just say that?
Why did you say he's not a number?
Clip me. Go look at the clip.
Don't say Clippy out in Miami, by the way.
He's a
Be careful with that.
All right, cool. He's a World Cup winner.
Yeah.
I'm starting Mbappe. Yeah?
Okay, Bentley, when he says he's not number 9 Mbappe, what's your view on that?
No, but he's almost calling him a hybrid because even though he plays number 9, that's where his starting position is. He opts to kind of, a little bit like Thierry Henry, who was a striker, but he'd always favour that left-hand side to get himself out there. Maybe that's why at Real Madrid it hasn't quite worked. Even though his numbers have been incredible, he's almost poaching on Vinicius Junior's spot because that's his play on that left.
Yeah.
But still, for me, Mbappe is still just
like left forward, in between a left wing and a 9. Like he can play as a 9, can play as a left wing. I'll say like a left forward.
So you think Haaland's better than Kane as number 9?
I think Kane's better than Haaland as a number 9. Currently.
Kane is your best number 9 in world football?
Genuinely, yeah, right now, yeah. He needs his flowers eventually. Eventually, you're going to have to give him his flowers. He is the best right now.
Is he England's most important player? Let's look ahead to the game.
That's a harder question. That's a harder question.
Okay.
Most important, I'm not sure. I like Jude a lot.
Is it just between the two of them?
Jude and... for most important right now, yeah, I would say so.
It is.
Yeah, I think so. That's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. I think the relationship they've got as well. I mean, we're not even talking about the second goal for Bellingham where Kane could shoot and he reversed it back into Bellingham. They've obviously got an understanding, even when they're celebrating together.
Yeah, I love that.
You always find that when you watch top players play at international level, you can see they're on each other's wavelength. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes, obviously, you get a player, and I'm not being disrespectful, but when you look at Norway, like Haaland might go to Odegaard because them two are both in the Premier League. Obviously, they've both won Premier League titles, but they're in the same kind of, in terms of the mindset. when you're playing with people that are completely below you, you can see it. Like the chemistry's not there.
Yeah.
But there's a mutual respect between Jude and Kane because they're both top. They're both world class.
Yeah.
They're both won trophies. They're both at biggest clubs in the world.
There's a nice video, quite a few videos going about on social media today of the relationship between Haaland and Jude Bellingham.
Yes,
Obviously,
nice.
they've played together. Does that count for anything when you're on opposite sides of the pitch for a World Cup quarter-final?
It does in this one because if I'm Haaland, I'm saying to all my teammates, wind him up.
Yeah.
He's on a booking because he would have seen Jude training every day, games, and we love Jude because he's not boring.
Yeah.
He plays on the edge,
Yeah.
and that
He's got a bit about him.
that might work against him. So if that's me, every single time I run past him, I'm nudging him.
Yeah.
I'm giving him.
Yeah,
if
to
you're
wind him up.
Haaland?
To wind him
To
up.
wind
yeah,
him
of
up.
course.
Not as
And
much
Haaland's the
Haaland.
best at that as well. No, Haaland's really good at that. though.
Yeah.
He's actually really good at that. He knows how to get under your skin.
I'm
so.
telling all my teammates when you run
Nasty
past
you
him,
are. Nasty.
give him a little nudge, corners, push him.
And do you think he'll bite? Surely he's a clever player, right?
Sometimes you can't help it, man. Sometimes you forget. You must forget and go, do you know what, I'm having this.
Mourinho, give him a call up. Need a little bit of that on the team.
Right, we're gonna let you go in about a minute's time.
Yeah.
Talk me through the game tonight. What's going to happen on what minutes?
It's a big ask. Yeah, that's a big ask. I'm not gonna
Okay,
lie.
I'll tell you what we do. We'll split. I hate doing this. We'll split it into quarters. Right?
Okay.
I hate doing it.
I'll give you a rough overview what I think's gonna happen.
Okay, go on then.
I think early Haaland's gonna have a couple of chances. I do think that. Hopefully he doesn't score any. Then I think when England settle a little bit into the game, because our defence does need to settle a little bit, then Jude and Kane's gonna do the Kane and Jude special, and then we're gonna win. I think.
Okay. What was the score? How many goals do you see this afternoon?
I would have loved to say 2 or 3-0 to England, but I think Haaland does have the capability of scoring. I've got to put some respect on him. It might be a 2-1. 2-1's a bit squeaky. I'd love a 3-1. I'd love a 3-1.
2-1's a bit squeaky.
I'd love a 3-1.
It is going to be so squeaky.
It
right?
is. I'd love a 3-1. I think it'll be 2-1. I'm going to say 2-1 England.
Yeah, okay.
I can see a 4-2, you know.
Well, you talk. Someone else said that. What are you talking?
Why are you
I
freestyling?
thought it was me.
Why are you
Why are you
freestyling?
freestyling?
Honestly, I think 4-2.
That's so good.
I can see Haaland brace,
Yeah.
but Kane getting maybe a brace.
You weren't drinking last night, right?
No, I can see a 4-2, man.
Where's that come from? No one.
Who's
predicts
scoring? Who's the
4-2.
goal scorers?
So you got Haaland will get 2.
Okay.
Kane will get a couple.
How many's a couple? We want specifics here.
2. That is
2. All right, 2. Fine. 2. Fine.
I could see Anderson hitting one from the edge of the box.
Nah, you're just freestyling. This is what I'm saying. He's freestyling.
Sorry, you know the game's not on a PlayStation.
And I'm going to go with
Go on.
Gordon.
Wow.
That's so random. Fine. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That comes off.
Wait,
Wow.
I'm going to turn to you on 89 minutes and go, it's 0-0, D. What's going on?
You know what he said before? He was telling me Stone's hat-trick today.
Yeah, I bet he was.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Not just
cheers,
for today,
boys.
last week. You're looking
Appreciate
great, by the way.
I was just about to say, this is a much better outfit from you.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
You at the game tonight, yeah?
I'm at the game.
Were you
I'm at the
sitting in
game.
VIP?
Hey.
Oh, we might
See
see
there,
him.
see there,
We
see
might see him in
Are you in
there.
the
I see
VIP?
that. I paid for my ticket, by the way. I'm just like to say that. I paid for my ticket. I paid for my travel. Just letting everyone know right now.
Weirdo.
Letting everyone know. Before the comments, I was saying, AJ's getting a privilege. I paid for everything. Just
Why? What did you do that for?
What do you mean? Why did I do that? Did you pay for your ticket?
Don't be silly. They pay me to go.
Best hair in England.
No, the world.
Sorry,
Thank
my
you.
bad.
I like the thing though that you've got.
Appreciate
What is? I couldn't get away with
Is that bandana?
Yeah, it's like a wire-free kind of silk. Yeah, man.
it
You
looks
are
nice.
Adidas
accessory.
to the max.
Can I borrow that for the game?
No.
Okay.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks for coming on. Listen, I'll tell you what, when we win, we'll be back in New York next week and
I'll
you'll
see
be
you there.
back on the show
I'll
to
see you
talk
there.
about the
I'll see
fact
you
that
there.
Bentley was
I'll see you
miles
there.
off on 4-2.
My boy.
We'll see you a bit later on. Thank you as always.
Thank you,
Always a
boys.
pleasure. We're going to have a quick break when we come back. Ollie Mers will be making his way to the stadium. We'll speak live to Ollie from his car. Fingers crossed. More from me and DB right after this.
I mean, as recently as 2024, Bruno Turzazol, he told everybody who cared to listen what he wanted to achieve at Newcastle.
Never said that I would like to leave. Since I signed for the club, I always said I want to put my name in the club history, and nothing changed. Nothing changed from me. It is keeping going. I still want to win some trophy for me. When I signed for the club, I said I want to play Champions League, and everyone said that I was crazy. And we got it. Now I wanna be in Champions League again. I wanna win something for the club. I think the fans deserve. We are worked so hard to get it, so this is still my dream.
And then a year later, Simon, they win the Carabao Cup. And Bruno says, "This is my second home. We're making history. Someday, when I leave this club, I want the fans to sing my name the way they do Alan Shearer." I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Well, look, first and foremost, ask yourself the question, why are these players suddenly all deserting the sinking ship? It's not a sinking ship, but it doesn't appear to be a particularly ambitious one. It doesn't appear to have an ownership model that everyone thought was going to change the whole direction of football. Oh, my God, we've just sold to a nation state, one of the richest nation states, and look what they're going to do to football. But they haven't done anything. They're going to buy everybody. They're going to buy Ronaldo. They're going to buy Messi. They're going to have this player here, that player, this player, you know, and they haven't.
Yeah.
They bought a bunch of players that to some extent, they've gone and made better. And these players are now doing what every player does, which is go, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh, Real Madrid. And that's what Newcastle have found themselves in a position of doing. So ask yourself the question, despite the vilification of a player that 2 years ago said he wanted to stay, nothing lasts forever. He's done his 2 years. He is entitled to leave. How he leaves is the key component part of this. But also, why? Why are Newcastle now a place where people want to leave from?
Yeah.
And that's the problem Eddie Howe's got. That's the problem that Matey Boy that says that to everyone they're going to win the league by
chief
2030.
exec, yeah.
Those are the challenges that they've got.
stripes, bottle of blue, Friday nights, bucket hats, Parker zips, 3 lines loud, voice half ripped, Union dreams, Britpop lies, Air Max hope and let it.
Welcome back to World Cup Game Day live on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bennett alongside. We're live from Miami, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app. We are, of course, counting down to England's massive World Cup quarter-final against Norway. It's live on talkSPORT. Build-up begins when we come off air in about an hour's time, hour and a half's time. Right, let's hear a clip from the Lions' Den speaking to John Stones and Elliot Anderson.
John, we have to go straight in. I have to ask, how's the shoulder, man? Everything all right?
No, it's feeling better now. It's feeling better. It has its ups and downs.
What did Thomas say when you hugged you? Did he actually feel like, yo, he's injured?
Yeah, I think he did,
For real?
didn't he?
Yeah.
We were just saying before, like, his reaction.
He had his hands on his head. He was like this. He's like, not another one.
Yeah. I tried to keep a straight face as I was doing it because I saw he's thinking, has he actually hurt himself?
Yeah.
Especially after what Hendo had just done outside and...
Yeah. We've already seen him do it though, so we all knew what was coming. But he didn't.
No, so
it was top.
Oh, it was good. It was good vibes in there for everyone.
Good vibes. Great to see. We'll talk about that in a moment. John Stones, only player ever to play for England and not have a club.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's happening there?
He obviously knows where he's going, or potentially where he's going, but it just hasn't been done yet. But it's bizarre.
A fit John Stones, does he get into every Premier? I mean, he would start for Man United, obviously. He would start for Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't start for Arsenal. He'd start... Well, he's left Man City.
Yeah,
He'd start for... Who's the other one I'm missing out?
Spurs.
Liverpool. Definitely start for Liverpool.
What, alongside
Spurs.
Virgil?
Yeah, starts for Spurs. I don't know why I put Spurs in the top, but I mean, he's that good a player, right?
Yeah. I am fascinated to see what his next move is, because I'm in agreement with you. In terms of, whenever I think about John Stones and his defending and what kind of player he is, I just think silky. You know, as a centre-half, someone that brings the ball down, they come out with it, they can see passes, they're never kind of phased in possession. And I remember playing against John when he was at Everton. And I remember thinking, OK, like it was never the quickest, blessed with the speed. But in certain situations where maybe other defenders would just clear it, he's bringing it down
Silky,
his chest.
right?
Silky, bringing it down, turning outside of his boot, playing it like top player. And he's obviously gone on to be an unbelievable footballer. So,
are you surprised City letting him go? I mean, when you see a player like that with his ability let go by a big club, do you think, well, they must know?
Maybe, and to be fair to, I mean, it's not. That's an interesting part. Is that who made that decision? Because obviously it came out before the season ends that he was leaving, but Pep was still in charge. So did Maresca make that decision, or did Pep make that decision?
Or did John Stones make that decision?
Maybe. So we don't know. But what I will say about Pep a lot of the time is when he's let players go, they're very rarely gone to go elsewhere and then gone. They've always kind of declined a little bit.
If at all, right?
I think I'm trying to think. Raheem Sterling's probably the one, because when they let him go, I was like, what? He just come off the back of 20 goals. But then he kind of like declined. Whenever he seems to let players go and they leave City.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think that. I can't think of what. I mean, Kyle Walker, obviously.
Yeah, Kyle Walker. But I mean, Kyle Walker was older, so it's...
Kevin De Bruyne, his days were numbered.
Yeah.
Aguero.
Yeah.
All of these players.
Exactly.
He gets them right to the very edge.
Like, he absolutely dries the life out of them.
Yeah. I'm led to believe, Darren, but I know you're excited about this. It's
go.
all over at Wimbledon. Who's your money on? Who do you want to win?
Oh, it's Noskova.
OK, well, let's find out if Bentley's going to be a happy man tonight. Lisa O'Sullivan has more.
Linda Noskova is the new Wimbledon ladies singles champion. She needed 3 sets to finally beat countrywoman Karolina Mushkova 6-2, 5-7, 6-3. Noskova looked like wrapping things up in the second set, having won the first 6 games to 2. But Karolina Mushkova, who looked to have hit rock bottom, bounced from 5-2 down and saved 5 championship points, serving out a 7-5 win to level up the final. It had been a pretty one-sided encounter, a brilliant start from the 21-year-old Noskova. She came out more than ready to lift the famous Venus Rosewater dish. It's moving on to centre court now. It will be hers very, very shortly. In the third set, serving first, Noskova pulled into a 3-love lead, 4-1, and held her nerve. She becomes the youngest Wimbledon ladies champion since her fellow Czech Petra Kvitova, who won the first of her 2 titles when she was 21 in 2011. And she is sitting in the royal box, witnessing a new Grand Slam women's champion. Linda Noskova is the women's Wimbledon champion.
Bentley will be a very happy relief.
Congratulations to Noskova.
Congratulations.
She deserves that.
She does indeed. Right, back to the world of football. We're all getting very excited about the game that's live on talkSPORT. Norway take on England, placed in the last 4. We sadly can't leave till we're off air in about an hour and 20 minutes, but 2 people are already in the car on their way to the stadium. We're joined by some very special guests, music superstar Ollie Murs alongside TV and radio star Mark Wright join us live on the show. Boys, good afternoon to you.
What's happening, guys? How are you?
We're good, we're very well. What sort of car are you in? Is that a minibus? What are you doing? Where are you?
We're on a bus. Football's coming over again. It's over to go.
Right, Ollie and Mark, good to see you. Just tell us a bit about, I know it's a flying visit for both of you. You landed yesterday afternoon. I think you've got about 2 minutes sleep since when you landed and now.
Yes, literally, I've had about 2 minutes sleep. Yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy 24 hours. We flew from London to Orlando. Then when we landed, we jumped on a car, came straight to Miami. Had some work to do last night. Yeah, we haven't had much sleep. We had to be up early this morning to do our own radio show. But it's just so awesome to be here, honestly, guys. The atmosphere, down Ocean Drive last night. The fans, the Norwegian fan, the England fans, it's just amazing. Really great to be a part of it.
Is it possible you can put the camera even closer to your face, Ollie?
I know, I was just thinking the same thing.
How are you feeling? How are you both feeling, Mark and Ollie? How are you feeling ahead of this game? Because back here, where we are, you're obviously on the way, but we're all very confident, like a quite easy, convincing win for England. How are you feeling?
Do you know what? I know Brazil weren't the strongest this year, but I did still think on paper they had it over Norway. But I said for that game, I would rather play against Brazil because Haaland is the type of player like Messi, like Ellen Kane, but like Ronaldo, where if he wants to turn it on, he can turn it on. And he will want to get one over on England, not one over, but he plays in England and whatever, he knows the boys. So he worries me big time. I think he can get one, possibly 2 goals. So my prediction is between 3-2 or it goes to penalties. So I think they're going to get 1 or 2 from Haaland.
Ollie, how do you see it going?
I think it's going to be easier than that. I think we're better than them in every department. So I think it's going to be 3-1.
All right, well, boys, listen, thanks so much for coming on. Good to see you both as well. Have you both stopped weight training then?
Weight training. Oh, right. I've stopped the weight training. He has, and he's been out for a 10K run.
We're doing a bit of that, though. We're doing a little bit of that. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Listen, it's not the best signal, but we love having you on the show. Thank you for that. We'll see you at the game, I'm sure, and then we'll all be singing happy songs after England make it through to the last 4 of the World Cup. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, guys.
What's interesting, Benny, for me, when we walked from I didn't see you this morning until you got here, but I walked from the hotel here, and it is like match day. It really is. I saw so many Norway fans, so many England fans, but nice and relaxed. I know it's early. It was a long time before kick-off. But it does feel to me like there's a big game. Even when you walk in the streets, like obviously all the football fans have taken over Miami. Did you get that feeling when I don't know how you got in a car, right?
Newbie, but looking out the window, and even when I went out early this morning to play paddle,
I
went into Joe and the Juice, it was England fans in there, Norway fans in there. So it certainly has gripped, obviously, this city in Miami. And I think it's going to be a really, really fascinating game. Like, I think England will win, but part of me is saying you can't underestimate Norway because they will know that everyone expects them to get beat. Going into that Brazil game, they probably thought everyone thinks it's a walkover because we were talking about before that game, it's probably going to be Brazil in the quarterfinals and Argentina in the semis.
Yeah.
No one even gave Norway a second thought. Now all of a sudden it's real and it's in front of your face.
Yeah.
You go, hold on a second there. It's going to be harder than we think.
I heard Crookie talking earlier on saying that the England fans outnumber the Norway fans, maybe 3-1. When you get to the latter stage of a World Cup, does that even come into it, the 12th man? How important are football fans at this stage of the World Cup?
Well, I think they are, and I think our boys have probably got dealt the hardest, and they dealt with it in Mexico. Because you talk about 80,000 screaming Mexicans, they went to their backyard, got the result, played really well. So it does play a part to a certain extent, but if you've got the quality on the pitch, then you can overcome that, regardless if you've got, I don't know, 30% supporters in the stadium, the rest is the other 70% of the other team. If you've got a good set of players that are willing to kind of embrace it, get on the ball and play the way that you want to play, then there's no reason why you can't overcome that.
And you mentioned earlier on, actually, the fact that England landed, yesterday? Are you surprised they've left it that late? Do you not want a couple of days, not to acclimatise, right? But just whenever I don't know what it's like for you, but whenever we fly, right, and it's only a couple of hours for us, you're still a little bit tired. I know these are athletes and they're going first class and business, but still, would you not want 40 hours in a country?
Well, do you know what's
in a city before you play?
Well, again, a couple of things. The first one is when we used to go pre-season to quite far places. A lot of the time, they'd keep us on English time.
Right.
So kind of for the couple of days, and then you start to kind of manoeuvre it in terms of where we are. But I think for Thomas Tuchel, it's hard trying to criticise him because...
No, I'm not criticising him at all. I'm just curious.
I'm the same as you because I was thought, well, surely you want to get here earlier to kind of acclimatise. But they will have this all mapped out in terms of, well, if they get here at this time, they'll have this much preparation, so they're not hanging about for this long. So then they should be in peak condition by the time kickoff comes on this time. So I'm tired of criticising Thomas Tuchel because every time he's made a decision, I'm like... I've not criticised it, but I've been a bit like, I'm not sure. And it seems to have worked. So
you're right.
There's a reason why they've landed yesterday. He would have thought, do you know what? The best process is to land yesterday for the game today.
Yeah, you're right. It's not like he looked at what flights he can get and it's the only valuable one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
back to football in a moment. T20 match between England and India at Southampton has reached a conclusion. Let's find out more. Sam Allard can tell us.
Yeah, an incredible afternoon for England, who have won the fifth T20 by 56 runs. They win the series 4-0 and they go to number 1 in the T20 international rankings. It's 19 wins in 23 games in this format, so pretty good sample size to show this is a good England T20 team. England batted first. They scored their third highest T20 international score and highest against India, 257 for 3. Josh Butler with the second T20 international 100. Harry Brook not out with 95 for the second wicket partnership. They put on 233 runs, England's best ever partnership in this format. Some incredible batting in Southampton. India from their 20 overs, 201 for 8. They never got close to the target. England picking up wickets throughout the innings. Ishan Kishan top scoring with 56. So after a tough 6 months for England in Test match cricket, something for England fans to smile about. England win the fifth T20 by 56 runs and win the series against India 4-0.
Thank you, Sam, for that 4-0. Sounds like a good scoreline. We've got an hour and 15 minutes left of our show, and then we hand over to the boys live at the stadium ahead of a quarter-final. England take on Norway. It's live on talkSPORT. If you want to have your say, by the way, on our show, you can. 03717 223344. We'll take lots of calls, as many as we can, right after this.
I think you're underestimating Bruno Guimaraes. I mean, you can look at the figures and say, yeah, not brilliantly impressive, but every Newcastle fan will tell you he's the heartbeat of their team.
Yeah, that's Newcastle, though, Jeff. Jeff, we're not Newcastle United.
Oh,
right?
Joe, don't be arrogant. Do not be arrogant, pal.
What do you mean not be arrogant? We're Premier League champions.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I don't want him at the club.
Yeah, you're Premier League champions now. You're Premier League champions now. Let's come on in 12 months' time and find out if you're going to say the same thing if you're not Premier League champions then.
Jeff, of course we're Premier League champions. We just won it a few months ago. Come on, you know?
Yeah.
So you got to give us a bit of time. What I'm saying is, good player, but I don't want him to be the marquee signing. If he is the marquee signing, I'm going to be upset.
Well, I tell you what, Joe, shouldn't you be worried? You're talking about marquee signings. Aren't you concerned about financial fair play, or the equivalent of as it is now? And you busting the rules.
Get rid of everyone you need to get rid of to make it happen. Because if you're spending 60 mil on a player, then that means people need to go as well, right? Get rid of... We've just spoken about Norgard. If you don't like him, get rid of him.
Trossard, Gabriel Jesus.
We're hearing Trossard. Get rid of all of them. You know, to be fair, I do like Trossard. And if it was up to me, I'd get rid of Martinelli instead. But get rid of who you need to get rid of. Then we can start talking business. But this better not be the marquee signing.
I do the marquee signing, but I agree that Arsenal need a left winger. Do you know what I mean? Don't spend 80 million on Guimaraes and then you can't afford to go and buy, like, if Barcola's available, for instance, Joel, and he's worth 100. You know, you need a top left winger, don't you, on that side?
100%. And that's what I want to see. I want to see someone... Look, the reality is if Marcus Rashford was available at a good price, I would probably go for him. As long as, you know, it doesn't unbalance the team, because he's a great player. And the reason why I say unbalance the team is because, you know, you heard of the stuff at United before, how he was over there when things weren't going his way or things were a bit down. So I think it would be a good move for us to go in there and get him.
What year is this from?
I think 66 this is. I think lots of people go, no, it's not, it's 1970. I think it's 66, but You are listening to World Cup Game Day live on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent. Brought to you by Enterprise Rent a Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk. I'm not suggesting that our production team, Joe, is a little bit hungover, but he keeps copying and pasting. We haven't got Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank with us today. We're coming live from Miami. We're counting down to talkSPORT's live coverage. Don't delete it now. Of England taking on Norway in the World Cup quarter-finals. Build up from a kick-off for the big game at 10 p.m. England Man United legend Rio Ferdinand joined us yesterday on our show alongside former England head coach Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. He had his say on what our back four should be against Erling Haaland's Norway.
Yeah, I see everybody talking about, start Dan Burn and all that stuff. Yeah, I understand that, I see that, but size doesn't really matter in these situations with someone like Erling Haaland. It's somebody that can get against him. You haven't got to win every header against him. You just got to obstruct him. You've got to put him off his step. If he's getting straight steps to go and attack a ball without a nudge or a push to just put him off, doesn't matter what size you are, he'll beat you to that ball because he's too quick and too strong. But I'm saying, like, Mark Gay, that's where Mark Gay is great, and that's where John Stones is great with their experience in being able to, yes, they may be smaller, not as quick, but they do other things that put that player off, and they got the experience. And listen, it's going to be a key decision what the manager does. I think John Stones came on and done equally as well as Dan Burn. And I'd probably sway for the experience over the height and size.
What would be your back four against Norway?
But if everyone was fit, or with what I've got to play with?
Well, England had to change every game because of different kind of problems. But yeah, if everybody is fit, what would it be?
Yeah, Reece James right back if he's fit. If not, then I'll play Jed Spence. Then I'll play Mark Gay and Konza, and I'll play Nico O'Reilly left back. But if Mark Gay is not fit, I'll play Stones.
And for this game, would you do something different in midfield to protect the back four so that there would be less crosses coming in or less balls in the box?
Yeah, no, I would be very much, I would say, like, get out. I think I used to always think if I played against big strikers or Crouchy or someone who was good from crosses, Alan Shearer, my main conversation as a centre-back is with my full-backs. Get out and get his heads down. Do not allow the wing his head up to start put the ball into. Because I think that's the biggest problem. And then it's down to me versus Erling Haaland, or me and my partner versus Erling Haaland. So it's going to be difficult. I think in midfield, I think we can, any of the combinations, I think we'll be able to deal with it. And I think Anthony Gordon and whoever he plays on the right, Saka or Madueke, I think they have to be willing to work back and sometimes double up. But also we've got to be that threat on when we get the ball as well. And that's why I think if we can maintain control of the ball and keep the territorial advantage, we start nullifying the effects and impact of an Erling Haaland.
That was Rio Ferdinand on yesterday's show. Dee, let me ask you, we are talking a lot, am I sitting up high? We are talking a lot about our defence and who's going to start right back. And so. Do you think Norway are looking at our defence as the problem that we have?
Yeah, because I think that's the weakest part of the team, and that's no disrespect to the defenders, but with the injuries, that's been a problem. We've obviously had Reece James, who would be our first choice right back, with an injury. Kwanzaa's now obviously got a 2-game ban. Mark Gay, he's got a slight injury. So I mean, so we've had problems there in the defensive area. Now you start going further forward, midfield, not a problem. You go up top,
let me ask you about midfield, right? There's no Henderson, right? No. Of course, he broke his arm, and he wouldn't start. No. But I could see him coming on with 20 minutes to go. We haven't seen anything from Kobbie Mainoo.
Sure.
Are we going to see him in this World Cup?
Sure, you try to get him in every show. Kobbie Mainoo, you love him.
I do love him, but I think he's a brilliant player. You know, his end of season for Man United was fantastic. Yeah, but are we going to see? Like, what's the point of bringing him?
But listen, all right, questioning Thomas Tuchel, yeah. Because he didn't put on your son. You know what I mean? Because Mainoo's not played 1 minute over there losing your marbles. But there, all right, relax.
You'll be losing your marbles, wouldn't you? Do you not think that we should see him or not? Is he not okay? Is he not good enough for you?
Mate, he's good enough, but listen...
Are you questioning Thomas Tuchel?
I'm what? Because listen, he didn't put him on.
Yeah, but why has he picked him in the squad?
No, but I'm guessing Thomas Tuchel will have a plan, but maybe so far in this tournament, like, he hasn't had to use him. So, but that being said, at some point, I expect to see Kobbie Mainoo between now and the final.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I think so, because I'm with you. He's had a fantastic second half of the season. He can play in tight areas. I question maybe his mobility a little bit in terms of getting around the pitch. But listen, Thomas Tuchel, with Declan Rice, with Anderson, with Jude, he probably looks at the situation in a minute and goes, not quite yet, but I'd be shocked and I'd be stunned if by the time this World Cup finishes, whenever that may be, well, actually, it might be today, so maybe we won't see him. But if England go all the way to the final, I expect him to have played at least a minute.
Okay, I hope you're right. Just 1 minute, yeah? Time now to hear some of your shared takes with Burger King.
Shared takes on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
Right, this will be interesting because I don't have any kind of switchboard in front of me, but hopefully someone back home does and they can fade up. Ahmed now joins us. Hi, Ahmed, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm very well. Thanks so much for coming on, pal. What would you like to say?
I just wanted to speak about the game today, obviously, and I feel like a lot of people feel like Norway probably do have a chance, but I feel like it will be like an England blowout game as well.
In England, what, sorry?
Blowout.
A blowout?
England blowout.
Why do you say that?
Because I feel like Norway have been kind of hyped up. I saw them play against Ivory Coast, and I feel like in the first half, they were so poor defensively, and Ivory Coast could have scored, I would say, around 2 or 3 goals. But then, of course, they had that one chance with Noosa just scoring a magnificent goal. But I feel like if they play like that, and with the quality that England have had this tournament, I feel like it could be probably around 2-0 in the first half.
Let me ask you a question then, because on the flip side, would you say that then England have played that well? Because I understand what you're saying from the Norway perspective, that you saw the Ivory Coast game and that could have gone the other way. But then we've seen, certainly from England, with the Congo game, for instance, or the Mexico game, where would you say that England have played particularly well?
Yeah, I feel like England have also been very poor defensively as well, like with some of the goals we've been conceding. But I feel like Norway have just been a bit worse, and I feel like their service and the way they get the ball to Haaland has been limited in a way as well, because I feel like even in the Brazil game, he didn't have that much chances. And I know he's dangerous when he does get those chances, but if the plan goes well, I feel like we could nullify him in that way.
Okay. Well, good call. Okay, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Good call.
That's what you have to do, nullify him.
Yeah. Good call. Thank you for that. Thank you to everyone actually who got involved today. We'll be hearing more of your takes next week. That's all thanks to Burger King.
Shared takes on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app.
Benny just said 1 hour left. Just 1 hour until we stop and build-up begins. I'm told, we just had Emma, who works part of our team. She just walked into our building. She says it's getting very busy out there.
Yeah.
Very excited about it. Are you starting to buzz yet? I am.
No, I'm calm.
Every time I turn my phone on, the ticket pops up on the home screen. I'm like,
oh, I'm calm. I'm relaxed.
Can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be great.
You've got to control your emotions.
Free chicken goujons before.
I was going to say free menu.
Free Kobe Mainu as well. An hour left of our show. Then we'll begin proper build-up to Norway v England. A place in the last 4 of the World Cup awaits the winner. More from me and DB right after this.
Because Infantino, though, Simon, has said, yes, I got a call from Trump on Balogun.
Yeah.
They have allowed themselves to be boxed into a ridiculous corner, haven't they?
Well, it's one thing players cheating on a field, but when the people that are supposed to uphold the game ignore the integrity of their own positions, to damage the authenticity of what people might be watching, and challenge the legitimacy of it by allowing one set of group of people to have an advantage and not on others, you should start worrying about the existential threat that has to the game, and start worrying about what's happening to the football and where it's going next, and what will happen to it next.
Because if the Balogun situation did exist, and we never heard of a call going in from Trump to Infantino, the Kwanzaa 2-match ban
Would be less controversial.
Would be much less controversial. It would almost come and go.
But again, we've got to distill it backwards, I think.
Mm-hmm.
If you sit there and you say, why is there no process available to rescind a red card? Why would there not be one? What is the logical thinking? Maybe FIFA can explain to us why it was necessary for the Trump regime to instigate some thinking into FIFA that should have been there in the first place. It shouldn't require Trump to be involved in the conversation.
Yeah.
It should have been a simple appeal from, and by the way, US Soccer would have been all over this. It wasn't just Trump that did it. It was US Soccer that probably prompted him to do it.
Yeah.
And they're sort of going in the background. It's not us, it's our commander-in-chief. No, Trump makes all the noise and carries all the cachet.
Yeah.
But there should have been a process.
There's no regularity to this, Simon. Ironically, if you get sent off for in the Premier League for serious foul play, it's a 3-match ban.
Yeah. But that's because you've got a 38-game season.
Yeah,
This is a limited window.
Right.
So people are always going to condense it down based upon the size of the tournament.
Right.
But even more so in a limited window tournament, you should want an appeal process to be able to rescind in the same way that it can award upwards.
Yes.
It makes no sense.
Just because you're a football legend doesn't mean you totally light up the World Cup. These guys are just 3 who prove that. The struggles of some great names makes the record of Miroslav Klose even more impressive. It was in 2002 in Japan and South Korea that a 24-year-old Klose put the world on notice. At his first World Cup, he scored a hat-trick in Germany's opener against Saudi Arabia. He scored another 2 at the tournament and, well, what do you notice? Yep, 5 headed goals. The only time someone's done that in World Cup history. Germany lost in the final, but Klose had certainly raised some eyebrows. Klose scored another 5 goals and won the Golden Boot in 2006, although Germany lost in the semi-finals at their home World Cup. Totes emotion for die Fans. By 2010, Klose was playing for Bayern Munich, where they'd clearly instilled an I'm not scared of anything attitude. African and English safaris look a bit different, don't they? Brilliant. Anyway, Klose returned from his excursion, got a goal against England and was on the score sheet in the quarter-final against Argentina before Germany were undone by a pack of hungry Spaniards. 4 years later, Klose was 36, but he was picked for one last World Cup, much to the German public's frustration. He hadn't had a stellar season for Lazio, but Germany didn't have many out-and-out strikers at the time. Klose, though, delivered again. He scored in the groups, and then in the semi-final, he had his record-breaking moment. Klose got Germany second in that incredible 7-1 victory over Brazil, his 16th, a new World Cup record. In fact, to really twist the knife, he snatched it from R9 in front of the Brazilian fans. Klose started the final, and his replacement, Mario Götze, well, you know what happened in extra time. And with that, Klose called it quits, taking with him the record for the most goals in tournament history and the most match wins in tournament history, as well as 2 bronze medals, a runners-up medal, and that winner's medal. The dream of every single World Cup footballer, he fulfilled.
Yes, a warm welcome back to the last hour of our show, World Cup Game Day live on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent alongside, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app. Right, let's turn our attention back to England, who are in a World Cup quarter-final. They take on Norway. It's a game you can hear live on talkSPORT tonight. Now, the last time we were in a World Cup quarter-final, we were sent packing. But let's hope things are slightly different this time around.
Your country needs you here. You've got to put this away. Right foot in, he has! Oh, bring on the Norwegians in Miami!
That's really a big one. That's an extraordinary night. I think we overcame the grind. Now comes quarter-final. Now you see the end of the tunnel.
I think these are the most, obviously, the difficult games now. I don't think Norway is a pushover.
The best teams in this tournament at the moment have got a top striker in them. And Haaland, certainly that for them.
Back to Erling Haaland. Left-footed shot! He's picked up the corner! You beauty!
I think everyone should stay humble, but yeah, they should be confident of progressing, definitely.
You guys are the reason we love football in Norway, really. But suddenly now we are getting better and better. It feels like we can beat everybody.
Bellingham again, and he slipped into his right-hand side, and he scored again! It's 2 in a minute!
From the quarter-final, every team can win it. We're in the last 8. It's full steam ahead.
England face Norway in the World Cup quarter-final. It's live right here in Miami. Adrian Durham, Stuart Pearce, Jim Proudfoot will be bringing you live commentary of that one on talkSPORT. Coverage begins straight after our show from 8 p.m, kick-off at 10 o'clock. Dee, so many questions to ask you. Let's start with our opponents, Norway, right? Now, you and I saw Norway against Brazil, and we were all, when the tournament was announced and we saw the draw, we were all getting very excited about, we knew we were coming to Miami, we knew we'd be here for the quarter-final. Hopefully, we would be in it, which we are.
Yeah.
But we all looked at the draw and thought, oh, England, Brazil, quarter-finals. Yeah. Are you happier that we have Norway for a place in the last four? Do you think Brazil... This sounds nuts, but I'm just thinking about the forward line and the threat. Do you think Brazil would have been perhaps maybe an easier game?
I looked at the tie, watching the game as it kind of unfolded, and thought, if England played to the level we know we can, we could beat either one of these teams. Now, I know the game could have been a lot different. Gomera's with the penalty saved. And this is the problem you have, because if you haven't scored a goal and the game is tight like it was, Brazil-Norway, and the minutes keep ticking by, the game starts to get a bit open, that's when Erling Haaland is at his best. And obviously we saw the 2 goals, 2 very different goals. The first one was a brilliant centre-forward goal where he knows where the cross is going to be. He almost waits to the last minute and then darts across Gabriel, gets his head to it, 1-0. And then the second one's almost pot luck, where he gets the ball in the edge of the box and thinks, I've got no other options, I'm just going to put my foot through it. And it goes, that finish is so underrated, where it goes between the defender's legs and it just flies into that far corner. I mean, I remember we used to watching hours of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He was the best at that. Because you think, how's that?
Like he's flicking it.
Yeah, and you go, how's that gone in there? And it's like, you've watched it and the goalkeeper can't see it. It's gone between the defender's legs. So yeah, I looked at it and just thought England could beat either one of these teams. But the fact that now Norway are there, and then we played them now in the quarterfinals to get to the semi-finals, it should be a fascinating game.
Yeah. What do you do as a defender when you've got someone like Erling Haaland? Because as you quite rightly alluded to there, the first goal came over and he rose like a salmon, to use such an old football cliche, but he did. He rose so high. Great goal. Now, they're the ones as a defender you're thinking, I need to get there first, which is fine. But when he's getting the ball from outside there and he's just pinging it into the bottom right-hand corner, goalkeeper's left, there's nothing you can do.
Well, do you know what? It's one of those, and this is going to sound bizarre, but you kind of get it when I say it, right? That he probably doesn't score the second one if he doesn't score the first one.
Why do you say that?
Because the confidence, when you're a centre forward, right, and you're scoring goals and the ball's flying in the back of the net, you get to the point where you feel like, whatever I touch is going in the net. Whatever I try is going to happen. So he's probably not even thought. He's got the ball in the edge of the box and gone, do you know what, smash. And it's gone in. He hasn't had to think about it because he's in that confident stage. He's been scoring goals. He's playing with that real freedom. But the first goal is incredible because Gabriel has been fantastic for Arsenal this season. It's unbelievable in the air. You only win that header and score that type of goal with timing. That's the only way you score that, because you know where the ball's coming. You almost pull yourself into a position and the defender into a position, hoping that the guy who's got the ball is going to put the ball into an area where you know you want it, and he almost pulls away. Gabriel kind of falls for it, and the last minute, Erling Haaland explodes forward and gets there. And as a defender, you just can't react quick enough. And it's a fantastic header from him. So England are going to have to be on their game.
When I asked you the score, you said 4-2 England.
Yeah.
Why don't you see Norway winning?
Because I think England are better. Simple as that.
Okay, the more you talk about Haaland, the more I'm worried about the game. I'll be brutally honest with you.
You talk about a guy that's won the Golden Boot in the Premier League 3 times. The guy
he will score today. Yeah, that is a gimme, right?
Or he'll get a chance.
He will score today.
The only reason why he won't score is if it's down to himself, where he doesn't hit the
target. He's
target.
going to score today.
But he's been so lethal in this World Cup.
When you see him in the Premier League and he doesn't score, what's that down to? Good defending, or the fact he just had an off day?
Maybe an off day, a bit of mix of the two, off day and good defending. But a lot of the time, even when he doesn't score and you watch him play at Erling Haaland, the times he doesn't score, he's missed a good couple of chances. So he still probably could have scored. Now he's going to be more hungry in this game than he probably has been the whole tournament.
Yeah.
Because it's against England, and he would have heard the noise. He obviously plays in England as well. He knows Gahey, he knows Stones, he knows a few of the players. He's going to be desperate to beat England.
Yeah. You wouldn't do anything different with the back four. Maybe play a back three and just have. I'm just talking out loud. I'm spitballing here. You wouldn't play like Dan Burn and just put him on him for the 90 minutes.
No, I'm not starting Dan Burn because.
But I mean with two other centre halves. So you just say to Dan Burn, all your job is just to keep smashing into him.
No, I mean that just it sounds so like Roy the Rovers. Type,
I know it does.
Type defending.
But we're talking about one of the greatest number 9s in world football.
Yeah, but again, you are.
Do you not think it's wrong just to overlook how good he is and just go, yeah, we're still going to play two centre halves?
I think part of you has to be like that. Go, we know how good Erling Haaland is, but it's about us. Because
okay, I like that.
It's about us. Like we know how good he is, and yes, the likelihood is the form that he's in, he probably will score. But remember, we've got goal scorers. Like so, we've got Bellingham, we've got Kane, Gordon, Rashford, Saka, Madueke. We've got players in the squad that can score goals. So rather than us changing our whole entire game plan for one player, let them change theirs for the 6 or 7 that we've got.
How bad is it if we go a goal behind early in this one? Is it panic stations?
What's a panic station? Because at least it gives us enough time to get one in.
Yeah.
But that's my fear is that if Haaland gets the bit between his teeth, and again, when you play that role right, you smell it. Right. If you score early, you go, do you know what? I've got them here. And he'll even go back to. I remember many a time where I've scored a goal early and I've played against a team before, and I've gone back to a midfield player and gone, listen, just give me the ball. I've got these. Trust me, keep supplying me. I've got these. He'll be if he scores early. It's probably the worst thing that can happen for England because we probably still will go on to win the game.
Yeah.
But from his perspective, against the back four, he's going to say, I've got these. Just keep giving me the I've got these, 100%.
Do you think all England fans now, if I offered it to them right now, get to the semi-finals, but Jude picks up a yellow card, everyone would take that? Or would you roll the dice?
So you're saying if you roll the dice, that we still get to the semi-final?
No. Roll the dice. Let's see what happens in the game. We might lose. Or I'm giving you the win, but Jude's out for the semis against the what looks like Argentina.
I think there'd be a bit of a split.
Do you?
Yeah.
What would you do?
I'm rolling the dice, man.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm rolling the dice. I'm not going into the semi-final without Jude.
He's that big, is he, for you?
Well, we don't beat Mexico without him.
Yeah, but we don't beat Mexico without Kane.
Well, we still get beat 2-1.
No, I'm just talking about he passes the ball, right?
Yeah, true, yeah, but no, I think no. I'll roll the dice, man. I'm not going into the semi-final without Jude.
When you look at the England team, do you think it's good enough to win the World Cup? I know, forget the French, right? We know how good they are. But all teams have off days, right? That's a fact.
Yeah, but that's
a fact.
Their off day to me looked like it was Paraguay.
Well, you think they've had it?
They've had it. They look brilliant. Morocco, and rightly so, Morocco had looked unbelievable in this tournament. Like, they looked great.
Yeah.
And France completely dismantled them. They made Morocco look like a team that's ranked number 50 in the world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, and they missed the pen. So it should have been more than that. I think France looked brilliant. I think Spain looked brilliant. I think Argentina have looked good.
Not brilliant.
No, and I think Argentina and England have looked good. Spain and France have looked brilliant.
You're confident England win today?
Yes.
If we win and we play, maybe we don't know Argentina.
I think Argentina will beat Switzerland. I don't want to just kind of poo-poo Switzerland.
Yeah. But you think they will?
Yeah, I think Argentina will. Yeah.
If we play Argentina with as near as we can get to a fully fit squad, Jude Bellingham, he plays, you confident of that one?
Yeah, but that will be a different kettle.
That's the game,
That's
right?
a different kettle of fish because you are, again, we're talking about Erling Haaland, who is one of the best centre-forwards on the planet. You now come up against arguably the greatest player of all time, who at this tournament, I didn't expect to see Messi come into this tournament and play like this. I thought he'd come in and I thought he'd have a slight impact, but I didn't think we'd get what we saw 4 years ago, how good he was. In some respects, he's been better. Well, he has. He's been better in this tournament than he was in the last one.
Yeah.
The way he's drifting in and out of games, and that there seems to be a real drive and a hunger for him to do well. Even when he scored the equaliser and the celebration, running to the bench, and they're all very much together. I think that we get past Norway and they get past Switzerland. That test against Messi, because he is.
What's a bigger test, Haaland or Messi?
Messi. He is someone you have to factor in. Like in your preparation now, you have to factor in what Messi's doing, because the amount of time he walks around in positions and you think he's not he's not involved. And then they win possession.
You look over his shoulder, he's gone.
And he's there.
Yeah. Just stick Cobby on him. Be fine.
Oh, there he is again.
Let me ask you, we were talking about Jude, right? We know how good Jude is. We know how good Harry Kane is. Some great players. Out of everyone that potentially starts tonight, who worries you the most?
What do you mean?
Who worries you? You're not worried about Jude. You know he's going to play well.
Yeah.
Who worries you the most out of the England players? Who do you look at and go...
No, Jude worries me tonight.
No, I don't mean from that perspective.
No, but the yellow cards worries me.
Okay, but you know he's going to put in a great performance.
I do, but it still worries me because Jude can, not like he can play one way because he's a top player, right? But if you try and take something away from Jude, even at 0.5%, he's not the same guy.
No, I know. I don't know if you can remember. What year were you born? Do you remember?
84.
Okay,
you
won't remember.
What year I was born?
No, I'm saying you can't remember when Gazza got the yellow card in the semi-final.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, okay. And that's where Gary Lineker looks at the bench and does that.
Have a word, yeah. So it obviously affected Paul Gascoigne. He was crying in that game. If Jude picks up a yellow card in this one, does it affect him for the rest of the match?
No, because I think with the personality that Jude's got, if he picks up a booking, he will do everything he can to make sure that even though he can't play in the game, England get there. A little bit like, was it Roy Keane, Juventus, where he picks up the booking,
yeah, that's right.
But then he does everything he can to make sure Man United get there.
Yeah.
I think Jude would put in that type of performance.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, very excited about it. We've got 45 minutes to go. Well, you've heard from Benny, you've heard a little bit from me, but we'd love to hear from you. You can get your calls in. We'll take more of your calls in just a moment. 03717 223344. 45 minutes left of our show, and then we hand over to Adrian Durham, Jim Proudfoot, live commentary on talkSPORT. Norway take on England for a place in the last four of the World Cup.
We all expected, okay, we need to beat Croatia by 3 goals, we need to go and beat Ghana by 3, and then we should beat Panama by 5, we should beat Congo by 5. What's it like in a tournament? It's not always the case, is it?
No, definitely not. You know, it's funny when I see, the betting, things, before the game, and I'm thinking this is not what we expect, on the pitch. I know that England are favorite against Norway, but when you look at Norway, they look really, really strong, as a unit, as a team. Of course, they have weakness, but England must be aware that if they don't get the position of the ball in this game, and this is where I agree with Troy Deeney, for example. I think with the player they have, England, they should be more confident with the ball. They should show more commitment with the ball, and composure as well. And this is where, something is missing.
Yeah. Well, we shall see if we can show that. I mean, if you look, on paper.
I'm just sorry to disturb you, Jeff, but for this game, England against Norway, I'm just wondering if Norway get the ball, is it what England wants into this game? Waiting, sit back, trying to play in counter-attack, or try to get the ball, the position of the ball, and try to conduct and manage, this game. So this is for me one of the key of this game. Yeah. Are you going to react with the ball and without the ball?
I mean, it's interesting because Norway had a lot more possession of the ball against Brazil than most people had imagined they would do.
Although the tactics from Ancelotti, though, did he say leave them with it? Yeah. I don't think we should do that. I think we should go after them. I really do.
Yeah, pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Text from Ryan. He said, Bellingham's been very good, but I think Arsenal's Morgan Rogers should get a chance in the next game. Ryan, dream on.
130 million, please.
Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes is going there.
Cash.
I just don't see Rogers going there as well.
It's coming home, it's coming, football's coming.
World Cup Game Day live on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent alongside, brought to you by Enterprise Rent a Car. We're here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk. We're coming live from Miami ahead of that game. England take on Norway. Kick-off fast approaching. It's all live on talkSPORT. But stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing at home. I have some breaking news for you. Team news as well. talkSPORT understands John Stones will start at centre-back. Ezri Konsa moving to right-back. John Stones will start at centre-back. talkSPORT understands Ezri Konsa moving to right-back. Darren Bent, you can react to that first.
Yeah, it makes sense to me with the Konsa and the Reece James situation. Konsa, I know I prefer him at centre-back. I think he's been top this season. But it just makes a little bit more sense. I think you then got the relationship with Stones and Gahey potentially.
Does that have anything to do with Erling Haaland?
No, I just think the right-back situation is why we're seeing him having to move out there. I thought he might have gone with Konsa and Gahey, because I thought they were forming a really good partnership, and put Jed Spence at right-back. Although Jed Spence still might start at left-back, but I don't see that.
No, Nico Riley was right.
You'd think so. But, yeah, OK, fair enough. John Stones, listen, he's played at some of the biggest games for England, so...
Yeah. What does that do, do you think, when, as a player, you look around and you've got experience behind you?
Yeah, I mean, it plays its part, but... Elliot Anderson would have played with Stones before. We're not going to be team match actually because Stones is leaving, but you just know someone who's experienced enough. You know that. I think the relationship between Gahey, Stones and Pickford is crucial. Stones would have played in front of Pickford many a time, over 50 times, 60 times. So that's crucial, you'd probably have to say. But no, listen, I've got no issues with that. Stones coming in and Konsa at right back.
OK, if you just turn on your radio, a bit of breaking news. talkSPORT understands John Stones will start at centre-back. Ezri Konsa moving to right-back. Right, let's move on with the show. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank was on yesterday, and he was asked how excited he is for England against Norway.
Yeah, very actually. Two good sides. Norway is really surprising a lot of people. Well, they are surprising me, how good they were against Brazil. A little bit lucky here and there, because if Guimarães scores the penalty, it's a totally different game. But they didn't give a lot of chances away. And then you have the crazy one at the top. If you give him chances in the box, he's lethal and he will score goals. So two really good sides. My favorite is still England, should win. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it will be a cracking game.
Jimmy, what did you make of the performance from England in Mexico?
I think Mexico played better. Mm-hmm. If you're honest, Mexico played better with the ball. Football is not being played only with the ball. I think England showed a lot of character and were lethal at really important moments. Saka didn't have his best game, but still came up with a great moment where he gave Bellingham a great assist. But England does need those players like the Sakas, like Gordon, who's playing a lot better now, to play their best football.
Let me ask you both. I'll come to you, Stuart. You've both played in World Cup semi-finals. What's it like preparing for a quarter-final match? Does it feel any different to any other game before in the tournament?
I think the only slight difference this week will be England went into that Mexico game with, you know, a mentality of a bit of adversity, high altitude, all of those types of things. So they probably, whilst they were probably with the bookmakers slight favourites against Mexico, they went in as a sort of underdog mentality. This game's totally different. You know, they've had a brilliant result in Mexico. They've got to make sure that they don't drop off slightly, because they're going into this game thinking we're favourites to win this game. And you know what football's like, it catches you out if you've got that mentality.
Jim, did you feel different going into your quarter-final?
No, not really. It's one of those matches that, you know, get to the semi-final, you know. I think we were playing Yugoslavia, and it was a tight game. And Edgar Davids, I think, came up with a winner, last-minute winner. But listen, these guys are going to approach this game just the way that they have to, and very relaxed. You can see that the atmosphere in the camp is very good. and quite relaxed. Yes, they're going to be the favorite. Yes, they have to approach it differently. You don't want to play too much in your own half and in your own box. You have to keep Haaland away as far possible away from your box. So, yeah, the approach will be different.
That was Jimmy Floyd talking on yesterday's show. Now, as you would imagine, we are getting team news to us in drips and drabs. So this is not confirmed, but talkSPORT understands we've got more breaking team news, DB. We understand Noni Madueke will start tonight. We understand Noni Madueke will start for England. Of course, on the right-hand side, Saka is out. I don't know if that means he's out of the squad, the matchday squad, or he's just sat on the bench, I've just been told. Noni starts. I'm going to ask you what you make of that. For me, that just tells you that Saka's not fit, right?
Yeah, because I think you look at Saka. I still don't think he's been at his best, but he's clearly carrying that injury. But the assist for Jude was Saka. That was Saka at his best, where he went down the outside. And not too many wide players do that nowadays, but he didn't cut back on his left foot. He went down to the byline, got to his right foot, put a lovely cross in, and it's a goal. But Noni's got another opportunity now.
Let me ask you this. The right back is a problem for England. The right side of midfield is a problem for England.
Well, I don't think Thomas Tuchel sees it that way. I think he really likes Noni.
But we all do as football fans, right?
Yeah,
okay, we don't have a first choice right back. We don't have a first choice right-handed sided striker.
No, we have. But the fact
we haven't.
Saka's not fit.
No, I'm saying we haven't got that in the lineup.
But I think Thomas Tuchel, if everyone was fit and he knew, I think he knows full well Saka is his number one choice. But to be fair to Noni, and again, when you've got a manager that believes in you and really believes that you work well in his system, he's going to pick you. Because a lot of people, I'm sure if you ask a poll of 50 England fans about who 50 England fans about who would you start on the right hand side or who would you carry, Noni probably wouldn't have been in anyone's list.
No, he wouldn't.
But Thomas Tuchel obviously likes him. He's done well for England. He's done well for Thomas Tuchel, and that's why he finds himself at a major tournament.
I'm thinking we might have time for a quick call. If that is the case, we can say hello to Kev. Kev, are you there?
How you doing, lads? New listener.
Good.
I can't believe I've missed out on you guys for so long. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I'm going to be in trouble though.
Why have you missed out on us? What have you been doing? Why have you missed out on us, Kev?
I don't know. Just listening to music on the way home from work rather than the radio, but that's it. Now I shall be listening to you guys.
Good. Okay. If you want music, we'll sing to you, but at least we have you now. Kev, what's your view on the England game? What have you phoned up to talk about?
I've got to be honest, I'm not happy with the latest news with the right wing situation, but you know, I'm not going to phone up and be negative. So I know you've made your points on the right wing about Madueke before. I just can't understand Benty as well, being a striker. You know, you're checking inside on your left foot as a striker. You don't know what's going to happen with him. He just passes the ball rather than whipping the ball into the box. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that. It's negative.
Kev, you can talk about whatever you want. What will the score be? How are you feeling? What's the score going to be?
I think it's going to be 3-1. That's what it was at the start when I was on hold to you guys, but I don't know now. And I hope I'm proved wrong. But yeah, okay. I just want to say, brilliant, lads. Actually, you know, you are really, really so good. It's great. And I can't believe you mentioned Andy Bell as well, who's my... one of my guitar heroes from the 90s. I'm a massive Ride fan. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
well,
I know I've got
he's a superstar, you'll be pleased to know. Kev, listen, we're talking over each other because of the delay, but I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate your kind words. Enjoy the game. Thanks, pal.
No, brilliant, lads. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Just get, thank you, Kev, for that. See, people find us all the time. You're going to have to sing to him. Right, we are, 30 minutes away from the end of our show. Then we hand over to talkSPORT's Adrian Durham, who will be joining us right after this.
Are France that good, or have they been tested yet?
I think probably a little bit of both. I think they are that good. I think they are, because they showed second half what they can do in tight spaces now. But I think there needs to be a moment where they will inevitably come up, probably against Spain, hopefully against England, where with their teams, more danger lies ahead. But they kind of, I think it was quite simple for France.
Mate, they're coasting to the semi-final of the World Cup.
Yeah. Well, they're a good side though. They're a good side. They got the best player in the world.
Do you know what I like about France? And it's a bit of a throwback. The forwards, when they get the ball, you see a lot of players, number 10s or midfielders, they'll get it and they'll pass it out wide and they'll come back and they'll go out the other side and then you might try and get to the byline. When France win the ball, they stick it into the front three or front four and they run at you, like through the middle of the park, and they just drive with the ball, a bit like what Gaza used to do. And then the game just opens up and you're looking at it going, as a defender, I'm watching the Moroccans, they're going, how do you defend that? Well, you've got 3 people running off the ball, and then you've got the player with the ball running at you, straight at you. The second goal they score is just like them just going, well I'm just going to run through you.
Well, it was 2-0.
Hard to defend again.
It could have been 4 if Mbappe scores that. JP had a chance at the end there, and brilliant, gets got on his left foot and then scuffs his shot. And in the end, it was comfortable for France. They really didn't break a sweat. I don't remember their keeper having anything to do at all. There might have been a couple of crosses. I don't remember it, but. Yeah, they're that good, mate. And I think they've got a little bit of a fear factor about them because everyone knows how good they are going forward. You cannot allow... They're too wide, men.
Welcome back to Game Day Live on talkSPORT. We didn't know we were coming back that soon, I'll be honest. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent alongside. He's not here either. Brought to you by Burger King, Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app. Right, time now to get all the very latest from the England camp with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
On England's Corner on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Apologies for that. We just assumed the news would be there, but never mind. We'll have news in half hour. But who cares when you can cross live to Adrian Durham, who, we're very jealous, is in the stadium right now. Aid, good afternoon to you.
How are you both doing? I'm so looking forward, so excited just to be here. And actually, it's not mega blazing hot. It is humid, but as it stands right now, they're not forecasting any storms, so we should be getting underway on time, and it shouldn't be delayed, but we know that can change.
Right, first things first, how difficult is it for all football fans to get into the stadium? What's it like round it?
It is. It's one of those stadiums that's in a place where you probably need to drive. They do provide buses, like old school buses you can get out here. But I think that's the sort of thing that needs to be planned in advance. But once you're here, it's absolutely fine, yeah.
Age, you must be looking forward to the game then. We've had so many people on, difference of opinions. I mean, the one common denominator is that England will win this evening. How do you see it going?
Well, I'm not overly confident that we will win. If you ask me to predict a score, it is that England will win, but I can't say it with any kind of massive confidence or conviction, and the reason is because they've got Erling Haaland and we need to outscore him, and we know that he's such an absolute machine. So that is my big concern. Their keeper also had a wow of a game in last time out, so I don't know. There are things to be fearful of. Overall, you would expect, on paper, England to win it. The Norwegian manager highlighted the midfield battle when he spoke about the game yesterday here at the stadium. And our midfield is better than theirs. I don't think there's any question about that. I appreciate Odegaard's in their midfield. Would he get in the England 11? I don't think he would. So if their best midfielder doesn't get in our 11, that means we've got the best midfield. And if their manager thinks it'll be one in the midfield, it means England are going to win. So even he thinks England will win.
I'm just trying to work it out, 2.5 hours away from kickoff. Is it busy in there? The doors open for fans to come in? And also, with all the fans outside that you've obviously walked past to get to where you currently are, is there a sort of a nervousness about the fans or not?
No, I think, first of all, the fans are being let in. They've actually opened a little bit early for the fans today. I don't think I'd describe it as a nervousness. I think England fans generally that travel to tournaments have a kind of philosophical approach to it, that they're going to have a good time. You'll have seen that around Miami the last couple of nights. They're going to have a good time no matter what. They're going to enjoy themselves, whether they, and they're not thinking, they're not coming to every tournament thinking we're going to win the World Cup. That's long gone from England fans' heads. They want to, but I don't think they've got that confidence that England will, because it's been so long since England won it. So I think that their priority is we're going to have a good time, and so that means it relaxes the mind a little bit. The closer you get to game time, though, there is that little bit of nervousness, and that's what I would call. I would say I am nervous coming into this game because there are threats. Just say Haaland scores really early on. It's not all over. England can come back from going a goal down. We've seen that at this tournament already. So, but there is this fear that he can score goals. So it's like we should get through. It'll be an embarrassment if we don't get through, because he's meant to win the World Cup, not go out in the quarterfinals to Norway.
Hey, obviously we're hearing about the right-back situation where Cons is going to play, then Stones comes in. Does that right-back situation concern you a little bit, and do you think it was the right decision to bring Stones in, or do you think you should keep Gahey and Konsa together and maybe Jed Spence come in at right-back?
I thought the centre-backs would stay together. So this team news that you've given out, I mean, it's not been confirmed as yet. Let's just reiterate what Andy said before. It's not confirmed, it's not official as yet. So this is speculation, informed speculation that this is what's going to happen. If Ezri Konsa does start at right back, that's the fourth different starting right back in 6 games at this World Cup for England. Now, normally I would say that's a problem, but Thomas Tuchel is quite meticulous with his planning for games, his planning when it comes to the opposition. So there'll be a reason why he hasn't shifted Konsa out to right back before. I appreciate Jarell Quansah is suspended for the game. He started 2 games. Reece James is back to some level of fitness, presumably not starting fitness. He started 2 games. Jed Spence started the other one. So I'd be surprised if that is confirmed when the team news drops a little bit later on. I'll be very surprised, but I'm always kind of confident that Thomas Tuchel has got a plan. I'm not ever so confident all the time that that plan will work, but I think he will have thought it through. I don't think it's just a random, let's throw him in there. I think he's done it with a good reason.
Now, on top of that, we also understand, that Noni Madueke will be in for Saka. When you look at England's starting 11, the right-hand side, we don't have first choice in either position. Is that a worry for you at all?
Well, I heard you say that, and I strongly disagree with you on that. And I appreciate people think that Bukayo Saka is a better player than Noni Madueke, and I agree with that. But one thing Noni Madueke's got that Bukayo Saka doesn't have in his locker, certainly not consistently, is that he runs at fullbacks, and I think that's absolutely something we need to do with the Norwegian fullbacks. This is another one where I think that Thomas Tuchel has got a plan, and he's basing it on the opponents, and I think one of their flaws is at fullback, and Noni Madueke driving at his fullback, getting beyond him, or even going beyond him, sprinting beyond him and chasing a ball that's been played through, I think could be a major weapon for England. So I think that there's a reason why, if it's true that he is starting Noni Madueke, I think there's a reason why he's doing it. It doesn't mean he's a better player than Bukayo Saka, so please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. It just means that in this instance, Thomas Tuchel has a plan to get behind or get at a fullback, and he thinks Noni Madueke's talents are best suited to that. It is the big thing he's got, Noni Madueke, driving at defenders with the ball. End product sometimes lacking, we know that, but if you keep driving at him, that will wear him down to the point where he's completely lost confidence. That's the theory.
So, Adi, are you suggesting that you think Thomas Tuchel might actually be picking Noni over Saka rather than Noni playing because Saka's injured?
I think there's a couple of reasons. I don't think he's fully fit. I think we can all appreciate that, Bukayo Saka. He didn't play especially well in the last game, although I think his role in that goal was superb and exactly what we want from Bukayo Saka. They were getting the ball from back to front quickly, and he played a big part in that, Bukayo Saka. I think if you sat him down and said 100% fit, what are you doing on the right-hand side? Thomas Tuchel would say, I'm picking Bukayo Saka. But when you take into account an opponent's weaknesses, the levels of fitness that Bukayo Saka probably doesn't have right now, and that he wasn't extra special in the last game, I can see, if Madueke does start, I can see why Thomas Tuchel is doing it.
Hey, how important do you think it is then this evening that I'm going to say just Jude, because we know about Gahey and Declan Rice's yellow cards, but for Jude Bellingham, that he plays with that real poise and really composure, because obviously one booking away from missing a semi-final, nobody wants to see that. How important do you think it is then for himself to play with that real poise and just kind of look after what he does?
Yeah, I think the fortunate thing for Jude Bellingham is it doesn't feel like they're playing opponents that are going to wind him up. If we were playing Argentina right now, for example, Christian Romero might be detailed to wind Jude Bellingham up to the point where he either gets him a second yellow card or gets him sent off. I can't see that in the Norwegians' look. I think they'll be just too focused on trying to get a win and go through to the semi-finals. So I don't think he'll have that to deal with. It's just himself he's got to deal with. So if he's frustrated, a silly challenge, which could happen, he's got to restrain himself from doing that. Any kind of dissent, and I think he's cleaned up his act a lot on that front, Jude Bellingham. Any kind of dissent just cannot be tolerated. If he gets a stupid booking, I think we'll all be coming down on him like a ton of bricks. If he gets an unlucky booking, we'll be blaming Infantino, probably.
Right, last question from me, and the maybe the most difficult one to answer. Final prediction for tonight's game, Aid.
Well, I think it's a little bit of a masterstroke. If this team news is correct, it's a little bit of a masterstroke from Thomas Tuchel in that he has two Manchester City centre-halves up against a Manchester City lethal striker. So they should know his game inside out and be able to cover what he can bring. Similarly, he'll know their game, but I think that this is the best masterstroke that Thomas Tuchel can bring. I'm feeling more confident about an England win, and I am going to go 3-1.
Aid, enjoy. I know you will. Enjoy the game. We'll see you a bit later on. Thanks, pal.
Cheers, boys. Thank you.
Don't forget, follow us at 7. The wonderful Adrian Darren will be joined by England's superstar Stuart Pearce, Jim Proudfoot also alongside. They'll bring you live commentary of England against Norway on talkSPORT. Kick-off at 10 p.m. UK time. That was a look at all the very latest in the England camp with Enterprise Rent a Car. They're here for it.
On England's Corner on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Enterprise Rent a Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
And we are here for your call. Hopefully we can say hello to Simon. Simon, good afternoon, good evening to you.
How are we doing, Andy? How are we doing, Benty?
Yeah, we're good, man. You
sound very excited about the game, Simon.
Very much so, mate. Yeah, you're doing a good job over there, lads, as well. It's been really funny, all the videos and getting Crookie to do all that stuff.
That's very kind. Listen, there's a bit of a delay, so I'll ask you the question,
and
then you can answer as much as you want. What's going to happen? What have you phoned up to talk about, Si?
I've been watching a little bit of Anthony Gordon over the last few days on, the Lions Den and those. And it just seems to me like with this big, massive price tag, he's gone in the first game. He's looked a bit, iffy. And then since then, he's sort of come back in. He's really started to grow into the tournament. I think he could be our secret weapon tonight, boys. I really do. It's like he's been having words with Harry. Harry Kane's been spending a bit of time with him, on the training ground, and saw some videos yesterday, and he's phenomenal. His finishing is. He's pinging him in every time. So I just got a feeling tonight that it could be the difference. We're all talking about.
Appreciate that. We're talking over each other because of the delay. If you can fade him down, that'd be great. Thank you, Simon. What were you going to say?
No, about Gordon, you're right. I think I think when you go and sign for a club like Barcelona for 70 mil, the expectation goes through the roof because you are now at one of the big. From Barca, the only way is down. You know what I mean? You get to that level, the only way from them clubs is down.
Do you think that would have affected him?
Yeah, of course it would have. I've been to clubs for big money.
No, but in an England shirt.
Yeah, of course, because now everyone's looking at you differently. Every single person on the planet, like his social media would have gone from, I don't know how many he's got. Say he had 4 million.
Yeah.
The moment he signed for Barca, it goes to 25 million. Right?
Do you think it's that big, do you?
Mate, Newcastle to Barca.
Yeah.
Barcelona are one of the biggest sides on the planet. All of a sudden now, people are looking at you, not just fans, even players he's coming up against again. So hold on. Barca have just signed him for 70 million. All right, let's see what he's about. The fullback that he's up against. I mean, what game was it? Was it Congo or Ghana? There was someone he played against someone. And
Congo.
he struggled like badly. Could
him,
not get past him, right? And all of a sudden, you're going to get players and defenders, fullbacks that are relishing this battle because they want to see why Barcelona bought 70%, spent 70 million on you. All right, show me why. So it's just a different level of pressure.
Okay. We're going to have a quick break. When we come back, it'll be our last part of the show before we hand over to Adrian Darren and Jim Proudfoot, who will bring you, of course, live commentary of the World Cup quarter-final. Norway take on England. We'll be back right after this.
They get into this weird situation where they forget what happened before. So all the big games, they played Havertz, right? Gyökeres, who you bought in at the start of the season, was going to be, for all the big games, in all the big games, he was on the bench. Facts, that's what happened. So the manager doesn't trust him. That's not our opinion, that's just objectively looking at it. Havertz gets injured quite a lot, unfortunately. Gary Jesus is not the same since he's come back from his injury. So if you're now telling me that you can get through this season again and everybody else is going to be as poor as they were last year, I think you're just forgetting the fact that you lot were all losing your marbles around the Man City loss. And it was, we need a proper striker. Arteta don't know what he's doing again. You win the league, it's great, we're going to win it.
But you know, what I've always said to you, I always said to him, though, Gyökeres wasn't bought in for the big games, didn't I? I said that to you. We bought Gyökeres in for the game.
No, I get
listen,
explain.
I want to hear
the year before, Arsenal, it weren't the record against Man City's, the Liverpool, it weren't that cost us the league. It was we couldn't beat Fulham, couldn't beat West Ham, couldn't beat them lesser clubs. Gyökeres, I mean, he said it. Right, it's one of them. Gyökeres this season, though, Gyökeres this season scored against the Fulhams, the West Ham, so we didn't have a problem getting past those teams, which is why then we went on to win the league.
Okay, I think you won the league because you played very pragmatic football. I'm not actually allowed to say the type of football that people are calling it on air, but you played a certain type of football.
Would you play that type of football to win the league?
No.
What?
What are you talking? Of course you would.
Honestly.
If I was a footballer?
No, it's just like...
my team?
Yeah.
No, I'll be happy like you lot. I'll be exactly... You get me? I'll be happy. Of course I will.
But would you like to see Spurs play that way to win?
Brendan Johnson scored with like his knee or something and we won the trophy. I'm happy. I don't care, bro. However it gets done, I'm happy. I don't really care. But what I'm saying is, you can't like gloat about it and say, we don't need a 9. That's crazy. You do need a 9, respectfully. What are you talking about, bro? If you sold Osimhen and Havertz right now, you could... sorry, Osimhen. If you bought Osimhen and sold Gyökeres and Havertz right now, you'd be great. You'd be fine. You could buy Barcola. Barcola and Osimhen changes their team, bro. Surely.
Do you know what? I'm happy with what we got.
Oh, you're a liar. That's a lie. You're a liar. That is a lie.
I'm happy with
that. Is a
Everyone's getting so excited about the game.
Oh no!
I don't know what's happening now. I'll just carry on. Follow us at 8. Adrian Darren, Stuart Pearce, Jim Proudfoot are bringing you live commentary of England against Norway on talkSPORT. Kick-off for that at 10. Angelina Kelly, talkSPORT's brilliant Angelina Kelly. He's out and about in Miami for talkSPORT. She's got an update on the busy traffic and extreme heat Let's have a listen.
Hey guys, Angelina here at the Miami Stadium. It's around 33 degrees. The humidity is about 62%, hence why my hair is getting bigger by the minute. Getting to the stadium wasn't too bad. Been to quite a few of the different stadiums during this World Cup. It was pretty smooth. The traffic was all right, and when we arrived, we were all bundled onto some yellow school buses. Think about like The Simpsons, some American TV shows, etc. We got onto those with a mixture of fans who were all singing, chanting, up for the occasion. And then we were pretty much at the stadium, so really easy. Everyone's been really friendly. The stadium from the outside looks absolutely fantastic. There is no air conditioning in this stadium though, so it's going to be a sweaty one. Make sure you guys have got your factor 50.
Angelina, we are ready to go. We can't wait. Oh, there you go. There's the feedback. Right, if you're in the Midlands, you still haven't sorted your plans, there's no better place to watch it than the talkSPORT Fan Zone at the SI Warehouse, Villa Park, hosted by our very own Gabby Agbonlahor, and Majestic. Tickets are on sale at talksport.com/Fan Zone or buy at the box office on the door. Gabby Agbonlahor joins us now, hopefully without an echo. Gabby, can you hear us?
What's happening, chaps? How are we?
We are good. There's a big old delay, so I'll just ask you a few questions, then you can elaborate. Firstly, how are you? How have you been? And what's it like where you are?
I've been very well, Andy. Missing you on the breakfast show, mate. Hope you're back soon. It's already lively here. I mean, the amount of fans that have turned up 4 hours before kickoff, probably half full already, even though there's still 2 hours to go. But everyone's buzzing, few nervous faces. Everyone's a bit nervous of this such an important quarter-final, but excited. Hopefully we get the result.
Gab, what do you think the result will be?
Do you know what, Benny? I think it's going to be a difficult game. I'm going to go for a 2-1. I feel like something says Haaland will score. Be hard to stop him. I'm hearing maybe Conser at right back and Stones starting with Gahey, maybe 3 at the back 4. But I think 2-1, mate. I think a hard-earned 2-1, maybe a last-minute winner for Harry Kane.
Gab, we're going to let you go because the line's not the greatest. There's a big old delay, but thank you so much for your time. We look forward to catching up with you in a couple of weeks. We're not back for a week because England are going to go all the way and win the World Cup.
Cool, boys. See you later.
See you later. There you go, Gabby Agbonlahor.
See, he misses you on the breakfast show.
What? I know he misses me.
What show is that? Your Drive, remember that, yeah?
Team Drive, mate, always. Yeah, Team Drive.
Bit far, isn't it?
Yeah, mate. I'm Team Drive every day of the week, unless, of course, breakfast come calling. No, I am Team Drive.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I am. I am Team England. And not long to go. We've got about 3 or 4 minutes left, before we hand over to Jim
You're
Proudfoot.
really nervous, aren't you?
I'm not nervous. I'm just really excited. Right? I've never, ever been to a World Cup quarter-final match. England are involved as well. We win this, and all of a sudden, you're at the business end. Right? It might be Argentina, it might be Switzerland, we don't know, it's probably going to be Argentina. That game, by the way, is live on talkSPORT as well after that one, a couple of hours later. I'm just really excited about it, because I just think it will be a feeling. Not that many people have seen England in a World Cup quarter-final. Not that many have seen them in a semi, and certainly not that many have seen them in a final, let alone win it, right?
Yeah.
There aren't too many people left on the planet who have seen England win the World Cup. And it's there, it's in touching distance. We can taste it, we can see it.
Do you know what's quite funny? You're talking about 3 more games.
I know.
We're not in touch with this yet.
I'm talking about 1 week.
Yeah.
Because what day is it today? Saturday? The final's next Sunday.
Do you know what you've got ahead of you? Which is funny. It's not funny, but Haaland, Messi, Mbappe. That's what stands. And do you know what?
That's a very good point.
That's a disrespect to Spain and Switzerland. But you know what I'm getting.
Yeah, you're so right.
We could taste it, but you've got Haaland, Messi, and Mbappe potentially in your way.
Yeah, it's very exciting. How are you feeling? This is, of course, your first World Cup.
Oh, the cheek of you. Honestly, the cheek of you.
No, how are you feeling? I tell you what. I know, but you're an ex-player, right? Yeah. You've played for England. You know what it's like to put the shirt on and have the 3 lines, etc. Yeah. How are you feeling going into this one?
Yeah, fine. I mean, listen, I'm not. I mean, Joe just cut. Could you go to the caller? Because Joe just cut across me. I've lost my whole train of thought. So go on. Get to the caller.
You're going to be able to ad-lib.
No, I can't. I didn't know it was coming.
Alex, the England fan, joins us. Hi, Alex. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, Andy. Yourself?
I'm good. I'm very well. There's a horrible delay, so I'll let you elaborate as much as you want. What have you phoned up to say? What are you thinking, Al?
I just think tonight, the game between England and Norway, I just think the game's going to get won in midfield. As long as we dominate that midfield, nullify Odegaard, because at the end of the day, you ain't going to stop Haaland. but you can stop the balls from getting to Haaland so he can't get through on goal and basically bully our defence. As long as he doesn't get the ball, he ain't going to score.
Alex, thank you for your call. I think it's as simple as that, or is it? Cut the supply off and you cut the goals off.
Well, it's like anything. Haaland's not one of those centre-forwards, and by the way, he is one of the best centre-forwards on the planet, so there's no... I'm not even disputing that. But he's not a centre-forward like Mbappe that can go and get the ball from deep and just and run with it and go.
No.
He's not that type of centre-forward. So if you do nullify the threat or the supply line from Odegaard or from wide areas, Noose is a good player as well. If you can nullify that, then you have a great opportunity.
But our midfield, right, with Anderson, with Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice, is up there with some of the best.
Yeah.
I mean, it's over 50 million pounds worth.
Yeah.
So if it is about stopping Odegaard, stopping the supply, we should win that battle today.
We should win that battle, but at times it's transition as well. That's the problem when you've got the ball, is where you've got to make sure defensively you're worrying about where Haaland is when you've got the ball, because when you transition and then they get the ball and Haaland's in space, you don't want that. But listen, I'm confident. I think we'll win the game.
How do you think we'll start the game?
I think we'll start on the front foot, dominating possession.
Do you?
Yeah,
think we'll go for it straight away?
So. Well, I think we'll start how the way England usually start, which is on the front foot, get the ball out to the wide players, and I think it's crucial. Whoever starts on the left or the right, the first time you get the ball, if it's Noni on the right hand side, the moment he gets to go at the fullback.
Yeah.
Don't pass it backwards and let the fullback off the hook. The first time you get it, go at him, go past him, because that'll put a little seed of doubt in the fullback's mind.
Yeah. What I liked about the game against Mexico, the games didn't come from us having lots of possession.
No.
And lots of pressure. They just came out of the blue. Certainly the second one, right? They lost possession from kickoff.
Exactly. We have to kind of dig in, and I think we're going to have to do that again tonight. But I think we've got more than enough quality to win the game.
Okay. Final score from you.
4-2.
Okay. I think that's bonkers.
Why would you think it's bonkers?
I just think I said.
You've got Kane.
No one predicts a 4-2.
You've got Kane, Bellingham,
I know.
Haaland.
Okay.
Odegaard.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I hope you're right.
You don't if it's the other way.
I know. I'm going to say 2-1 England. A nail biter.
I need England to win. I need to get back to New York for a full week.
Well, we will be back to look back at a great England victory. We'll be back on Monday in New York. Hopefully, we'll be there for another week, minimum.
Please.
Maybe more. That's it. That's all we've got time for. You have been listening to World Cup Game Day Live here in Miami. Myself, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent. But the fun doesn't end there. In fact, it only just starts. Don't go anywhere, because up next we head live to Miami Stadium. Adrian Durham, Stuart Pearce, Jim Proudfoot, bring you commentary of England against Norway in the quarterfinals of the World Cup for a place in the last four. I say 2-1, he says 4-2. Either way, we need an England victory. Come on, England!
Come on!
Come on, England!
Go to Ben. He's Arsenal fan. All right, Ben?
Benny boy.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm all right, Ben. We've got to do this quarter-final 11. Let's get it going. Come on.
All right. I've got the Spanish flamenco dance on the wing. Dancing around defence. Their foot tapping all dazzle their defence and send them sideways.
Yeah, the old flamenco dance.
And,
Dancing
a little maverick on the wing. Little maverick on the wing.
Like a flamenco dance.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Is it flamenco or is it what is it? Flamenco.
Madame might wait for you.
It's a flamenco.
Yeah.
Flamenco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know you're iconic now, Ben?
No,
Yeah. Yeah.
He's actually iconic.
Ben appears every single night at the sports bar.
Every night.
Doesn't he?
Without foul.
Yeah. Yeah. Been over a year.
It's been a year. All right, look, the flamenco dancer on the wing.
Yeah.
Okay, dancing about. Bit of maverick in there. All right, let's go to Dave. He's a Sunderland fan. Dave?
All right, Dave-o.
Hello, boys. How you doing?
I'm all right, Dave. How are you?
Yeah.
Good. Good. So I'm getting in early with a representative from England who I think can be our captain.
Okay.
And it's St. George himself.
Mm-hmm.
So he's 11 leader, warrior. He's up for a battle. He'll put the opposition to the sword. And I think we can play him on the wing.
No, he don't feel like a winger, mate.
Killed a dragon.
Like centre half.
Killed a dragon, didn't he?
Reason being, he's got a good cross, hasn't he, St George?
Okay.
I
feel like as a person, like St George feels like centre half. He feels like a Bobby